Oh, it's just gonna go straight into the next song, I guess. Well then. How about no? Hello, everybody. Welcome on back to AnimeeArcade. It's been I took a weekend off. I had to do a bunch of stuff. But we're here. We're back, which is really important because I am going on vacation from next Saturday to like December 1st, I think. It's a long one. It's a week. I'm gonna go visit my brother. I'm gonna go visit my bro in Arizona for Thanksgiving. Yo, what up, Switch? Oh gosh, I love seeing all the homies. Thank you so much for supporting you guys. Hope you all are doing it amazing. Hello. Absolutely, Gorgonum. You are a super duper homie. 100%. Big homie. Oh my goodness. Where the heck were we? We got... Oh my gosh! Splats! You're right. Oh my gosh, you're right. You're right. Hold up. He's right. Oh no. He's right. I said I was going to do a little bit of Splatoon before starting Pokemon, and I completely forgot because I was in a rush to get back. I literally forgot. Thank you. Oh my god, the batteries are in the other remote. I guess I gotta use it. Gotta use the Switch Pro controller. I don't want to. I don't want to do it. Ah! Great way to start stream. Yep. Okay, let me... Oh my gosh, let me fix that really quick. Literally forgot. I wanted to play Splatoon for like an hour so I'd have some time with the Splatfest. But, oops! Whoops. If any of y'all out there have Splatoon and are an arcade member and happen to have picked Firestarter, we should totally splat together for a little bit. Hang on, I gotta change so much stream info now. Ah! I feel so silly. Pick grass? Dude, honestly, can't blame me there. Grass was gonna be my other pick. It was a very tough decision between grass and fire for me. Halftime report. Where is everybody? However, that does mean you could play against me. That is an option. Water is like absolutely crushing it, by the way. I tried to play I tried to play a bunch of games yesterday. I got crushed by water a lot. Also, I'm not moving the camera, so I'm just like, I'm just gonna be sitting very funky here. Honestly, forgot what you picked. No worries, my guy. Current Splatfest stages. But it wasn't fire? Fair enough, yeah. Whew. Ah, the Sturgeon Shipyard. Ooh. Honestly, I feel like that's going to be tough. That's honestly, that's probably a really hard one for Tricolor. Okay. Okay, here we go. Gosh, I have to use a pro controller. I'm not ready. Oh, that's cute. I don't know. Oh, I just wasn't close enough. Procon based. Ah, I like my GameCube controller. I really do. Though it's probably not good for Splatoon, like, at all. It's probably not. Yeah, I missed Nutclip today. Yo, GG's. Okay. So I gotta do something really quick. I actually shouldn't have connected to the internet, but I need to go here. And oh, my friends. Oh, my friends are playing. I need to go change my user settings really quick. Bup. Yeah, no worries. You got pretzels? What kind of pretzels? What kind of pretzels do you have? I love pretzels. I love pretzels so much. Definitely. Redemption! Hey, what's up? Yes! I was like, okay, it's Pokemon time. And then Switch is like, wait, didn't you want to do Splatoon? And I'm like, oh my god, you're right. Oh, PB Bites! Yes, that is some top tier. That is some top tier there. Ah! I gotta go bother my friend. Hold on. I gotta go. I'm gonna message her. Want a 10K? I literally lost a 10 time. So here's what happened last night. I got into a 10 times fight. Somebody disconnected. So there was a connection error. And I was like, all right, great. Went back in, played like 2 more rounds, and then another 10 times came up, lost. And I'm like, yup, damn. I'm not good at this game. Okay, I'm gonna bother my friend and also see if they're playing. Okay, so you've got pretzels. Pretzel, peanut, pretzel. You're not bad, just skill challenged. So true, though. I have not actually played Splat in a while because I picked up too many good games. And by that, I mean I picked up Sonic Frontiers, and I've also been trying to finish my Shantae games, and I just picked, I just started 7 Sirens. And so Splats, I'm mostly bought to play with my friends. You haven't played Splatoon since the last Splatfest? Well, there you go. Except for today. Yeah, no, I got what you mean. I got you. I still very much like... I'm sorry, did I just throw out 2 bombs? Hold up. I just, like, accidentally threw out a second bomb. Hold on. That's cool. I threw out a bomb, threw out the can opener, and then threw out a bomb. That was pretty cool. Okay, yeah. Switch, let me know when you're done with your pretzels, because I know Switch Runner picked fire. If anybody else wants to hop on for a chance to beat me up, go for it. Absolutely go for it. I can't believe I just straight up... I mean, I can't believe I was, like, mildly panicking. I was like, oh, sick, actually. I had to go to a GameStop to drop some money for a pre-order for Scarlet. I had to drop a couple buckaroonies. But at a different GameStop, because I have a pal at work, coworker, who I'm like, hey, I would like to, you want to like hang out before picking up Pokemon at midnight? And they're like, yeah, I already pre-ordered it at this store. And I'm like, all right, cool. I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I'll go drop some money. But back, you haven't played Splats 3 at all? I bought it on launch day and you were too busy to try it. Oh my gosh. So wait, did you just end up picking Team Gear just to make sure you got like some of the super snails regardless then? So I remember you talking about Team Gear. Also, I do in fact have motion controls off because no, I am not good with motion controls. I am definitely not using a conch shell. That was the demo. And okay. So I picked Team Grass because a friend of mine was picking Grass for a special thing she was seeing on screen. Understandable. Grass was gonna be a hard choice between Grass and Fire for me because it's literally been like probably like 60-40 for all the Pokemon games for starters. It's probably been like 60-40 Grass to Fire. Like not quite 50-50. She replaced all the green with meme videos. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That is dope. Hold on, that's genius. That is incredible. I cannot think of any other streamer who's done that. Maybe Indie. I could see Indie being clever enough to do that. But that is amazing, and that is great. I gotta think about that. Also, again... Okay. So between throwing a bomb and throwing out the can, I can easily throw out another bomb. That's actually kind of cool. Colin, hi! Hope you're doing well, Colin. Appreciate the heckin' lurk. It was actually great because when we were winning, all that you could see was the dancing sack Shrek, so they're literally getting Shrek. Oh my god. That's amazing. That's pretty wild. But yeah. Fire. Yeah. Fire. Oh, right. So I was going to pick between Grass or Fire because Grass and Fire have been like 60-40. Maybe more like 55-45 if I'm being like, if we're trying to get real close. Welcome back, Xander. And so I just, I stole Switches. And by stole, I mean I took the idea. I took Switch's idea of asking me in stream one day, hey, Anime, if you were to take 3 things to an island, what would they be? Smiley face. So I did that. I said, pick your starter Pokemon. Smiley face. And, Fire type got the votes over Grass, so he picked Fire. Water was not voted for. With friends. Ba 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 ba. Create a room. Yeah. Why? Meow. My brain is very much like that sometimes, Xander. That's for darn sure. Your first Pokemon was Piplup? Aw, that's so cute. That's awesome. I think my first Pokemon officially was Charmander. Because my first official Pokemon game was Fire Red, and I actually bought that from a classmate. And Pollyanna was your first level 100 for obvious reasons. So funny enough, my first level 100 was an Eevee, and not for the reasons that you think. Eevee is absolutely my #1 favorite all-time Pokemon. Hold on, where do you go? You just go into the main lobby. You go into the main lobby here. And then, I sent you an invite, but you basically go into this thing. And then you hit the right button on the D-pad so that it says with friends, and then just find me, I think. And I can also just, like, send another invite. Oh, no, I can't. All right. Your wife played Leaf Green, your first was Diamond. Fantastic. Alright, so the reason why Eevee was my first level 100 Pokemon is because... So back in the day, you know, elementary school, they have the book fair. It doesn't do anything? Alright, let me try this. Hold on. Hold up. Let me do this. So, you know, back in the day, book fairs. Everybody likes those book fairs. So I would always come into the book fair. And... with friends. Create a room. Yeah. I'm going to create a room. So there was a book that I was always looking at. It was a normal/psychic Pokedex. Okay, I sent a recruitment notification. Hopefully that does something. But yeah, you're going to need to go into this thing and basically do what I just did. Sorry if that was a little quick. And so I was always looking at that. And then at some point, my librarian noticed that I was always coming in during the book fair and reading it. And so, like, at some point, she just, like, ended up giving me the book. She was just like, here you go. So, I got the book, and then, yo! Your nerd's asking how you doing. Tell me, how was the grounded? That was the game in life. Nerd Assassin, hello, hello. Yeah, Cam's at a super awkward angle right now because I goofed. I goofed on the start of my stream. It's definitely a very weird cam. Not gonna lie. It's super awkward. Hello, Darkness Dragoon. Hope you're doing well. Oh, so, and in that book, in that Pokedex, there was Eevee and Espeon. And Espeon... It said you could get Espeon in the Kanto region. So I'm like, yo, okay. It's a Kanto Johto region. So I was like, okay. So I took my Fire Red and I just grinded the heck out of my Eevee. And then I got it up to, like, I think probably level 60. Before I was like, oh, it's not gonna evolve, is it? Do you need to be a certain level? I don't think so. You already picked the fire shirt, right? Hang on. You try creating a room. Hold up. You try creating a room. I'll back out. Make sure also that you select the thing that says with friends. But no, the forehead cam was because I set my phone up so I can use it as a cam. Hey, and it ended up being a forehead cam and makes me look like a 5-head. Yo, that's fair. Yeah, Switch, try to, like, go here, hit right with the D-pad, and it should pull up with friends. And then tap that. And then just create a room. And then I'll try to join your room if it's gonna be silly like that. Yep. But yeah, so I got my Eevee up to like level 60 and I'm like, well, I guess it's not gonna evolve. I guess I'll go all the way. So I leveled it up to level 100. And that's why Eevee was my first level 100 Pokemon. I'm enjoying Splatoon pretty well. It's been a bit since I picked it up because I've been playing a bunch of other games. But Splatfest is this weekend and I'm like, I want to play a little bit. So I played a little bit last night in bed and then I was like, okay, I'll play it like an hour or so on stream. Before Pokemon. And then I completely forgot that I was going to do it and started up Pokemon. You need to be level 2? Okay, well, we'll start. And then once you reach level 2, I'll pull you in. No worries. Try color. But, yeah, I just, like, completely forgot. And the Switch is like, what happened to Splats? Not quite like that. He just said, no Splats? And I was like, oh my god, you're right. Oh, no. Ah! So I ran out of the room, grabbed my Switch. And here we are. But y'all should totally go follow Nerd Assassin. He is a pretty cool dude. Definitely streams a mix of games. Has done some Luigi Mansion speedruns, if I remember correctly. And is also currently playing a game called Grounded as well. Get back to Luigi. You can't escape Luigi. Oh, also, I had to play with the Procon because I don't have enough batteries to throw it into my GameCube controller. Grass! Time to lose! Grass has been going hard. What can I say? Such a fun game to run. I've seen some of the crazy stuff that you can do in the game sometimes, and I'm just like, that's wild. Some of the out-of-bounds movement is ridiculous. Ah, damn. I have no idea how people do out of bounds. Yeah, it looks wild. Already losing. Let's go. I am bad at this game. Ba ba da 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 da. Oh, come on, I threw a bomb. You make yourself go out of bounds, but the skew stuff messes with me? Yeah. Oy vey. Wipe out. Oops. Ah! I couldn't get away. I am being destroyed. That seems about right. I don't think I've gotten a single cooler because I just keep dying, dude. A little unfortunate, but, you know, what can I say? Also, my aiming is bad. I don't know if I've mentioned that. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. Oh, that sucks. I'm not going to be able to get enough to throw off like a final bomb. That sucks. Are you using gyro controls? Nope. Nope. That does not help me. Oh, yeah. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da-da. My aim just sucks. Like, period. Gyro ruins my aim redemption. It does not make it better. It does not make my aim better in any way. I didn't actually want to keep going. Nope. Can't play this game without it. You're a pro gamer. I can't play any game with motion controls. But you're a keyboard player? I see. No, actually, I play Overwatch on mouse and keyboard as well, but... the only reason that I do is because I used to play with just controller, and then my friend was like, okay, but imagine how much better you could be. Because, like, she was like, you know, you're pretty good already. Imagine how much better you could be with a mouse and keyboard. And I'm like, all right. So I swapped over, and voila, I'm currently sitting at gold 1 in support. So cool, I guess. First played on Switch. Yeah, I first played on PC, and I was just using a nice Xbox controller. And then at one point, I used a GameCube controller for grins and giggles. It was pretty great. I had a great time. Looks like we got another regular match. Unfortunate. Unless? Nah, yeah. Yeah, it's a regular one. Water. Water, 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 water. Already? Jeez. Got him. Got him. If I could get that cooler really soon, that would be great. Oh. Stamper. Got him. Direct nerd. Got him. Yep. My aim is crud. Ba ba da ba. I'm not risking that. Nice. Barely got that. Jeez. Oh! Hi! Boy, if only I could aim a little better, that'd be great, huh? Ah, that was a horrible decision. That was a really bad decision. I'm gonna go down here with this guy. Oh, that's a stamper. Bad choice, bad choice, bad choice, bad choice. Yep. Knew it. That was a big oops there. I didn't realize that one stamper was there. Ugh. Got him! Ah, damn. That's okay. That's okay. It started out pretty good, but we did not win. Unfortunate. Yeah. Sounds about right. Level 2 now. Let's go. All right. I'll hook you up. All right. We'll make a room. By the way, for anybody wondering about the dab emote, you have to get your catalog level to 99. Or 98. One of the two to get that. So, if you ever see any character with that dab, they have been playing this game too long. Okay, alright, so... with friends, create a room. Yeah. Let's go. All right, there's me. I'm gonna send this to you. See if that does anything. I don't know if that actually does literally anything. But basically, same things that I told you before. Should be able to get you in here. Probably. Maybe. I think so. Should work like that. It says you're not online. Alright, let me leave. Hold on. Let me check. Let me check. User settings. Play activity. Display to friends. Friends list. You. Communication error has occurred. Dope. Jorda! Hi, Jorda! Hope you're doing well. Okay, here, switch. You should make a room. Try making a room. How are you, Jorda? Yeah, you'll make the room. I'll try to find you. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Ba 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 ba. We're playing. It's been a week. Goodness, I can understand that feeling. Sometimes weeks do be like that. But you are here indeed, and it's always good to see you. I'm doing pretty well. Not too bad. What? It says recruiting. Let me join! Ah! Wait, I'm dumb. Let's go. No, I was on the wrong thing, Switch. I was on tricolor. Let's go. All right, cool. And then you just hit ready. Yeah. I'm doing pretty well. Not too bad. Dropped $10 for Pokemon Scarlet finally. Fun fact, I will be getting my actual copy from France. I have a wonderful friend over there who pre-ordered for me off of the UK Play Store because that version comes with the Steelbook. But I do intend to stream the day that the game comes out, so I did have to drop, you know, some money so I can pre-order again. I do have plans for that specific copy of Switch after the stream. You're intending to do Christmas cookies. Do you want any? I love Christmas cookies. What kind of cookies do you make? Like pretty standard sugar cookies or some other good, delicious delectables? I think they're just out there inking up their home turf, so that gives me plenty of time to get one of these. Come on, I cannot aim. I had you on my list to send. I would love cookies from you, Jorda. Yum, 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 yum. Very delightful. I bet the cookies are just as delightful. Got him. Oh no, there's two of them! I got one. I got one. I'll take it. There we go. I'll take that. Please do not die, Darios. And he died. Crap. Off to a start once again. Reed has approved. All right. Reed approved. That's good. Well, that's my own fault. I'm just gonna do a normal jump. Boink. It started off pretty well, but now it's not doing so hot. Get out of here, buddy. Oh, he's got a cooler too, huh? Got him. Yo, cooler time. Oh, geez, they're all literally over there. Okay, was not expecting that. Okay. Bro, you're kidding. Where did he come from? Where did he come from? Ah. Got him. That's worth it. It's worth it for me. Oh well. That's fine. That's fine. I have never claimed to be good at this game. Started off pretty good though. Your weekend has been okay? Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. It's been pretty good. Work's been chill. Not awful. Sorry, I gotta move some messages around. My friend tried to stay up, but she is very much falling asleep. So she's gonna probably go to bed. I believe she's 3 hours ahead of me, so. But yeah, work's been alright. Been pretty good. Not too bad. Relatively chill overall. I just remembered. Well, I need to remember to throw a bomb, then throw out the can, and then throw out another bomb. I really gotta remember to do that. Cause that's some tech right there. This feels much different than 2. Oh, it is. 100%. Yeah, can confirm it definitely feels a little different. And I know that because I've only played all the demo Splatfests from 2. No, yeah, I think it's different, for sure. Alright, time to go split down that middle. Meow. Get up the wall. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, crud. I didn't see him. I did not want it this way. I just wanted to... 10 of missiles, 10 of missiles. Nope, I'm out. Oh, I'm dead. Never mind. I'm just straight up dead. Ooh, okay. You got it. Yeah. Whoa! Hold up! Snooter Mario! Snooter. I love it. Spunky, hello! I literally started stream like, hey, let's do Pokemon. It's Pokemon Day. And then I'm just like, oh, I forgot I was supposed to do a little bit of Splat. Just a little. Ah! How am I not dead? Okay, I'm dead. Nasa Peepo! Hi, Kendrax. Hello, everybody. Hi, you caught me at a very bad time. I will get all of that in just a second. Thank you very much for the follow, whoever that was. Sorry about that. I will do appropriate hellos in a moment. I cannot game like this and also properly say hello. That's a sub. What the heck? Hugo, thank you. Snooter Mario. Sunshine the Red Panda, thank you very much for the follow. Spunky, what the heck? Thank you very much for the rate of 52. Gamer Movement, Splatterfest Junior users. Yeah, Switch is literally level 2. But he is a good fella, so... Ah! Super Mario! Hello, Teddy. Hello, Gooby. Literally the same person. Hi, Q. Hi, Katona. Hi, Wiki. I cannot, like, game like this game and talk to people. It doesn't work. That was stupid of me. Remember to post there's never gamer. I agree. Oh my gosh, hello. Wow, that's a lot of people. Plague Wizard, Gizmo Arts, Heo Verb, Katona. Oh, that's game. Okay. Flan, Katona, Gooby, Hugo, Plagued, Gizmo, Posumiro, Wolfie, Wiki, everybody, Gindra, ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba, Purple Panda Meow. Welcome, hello. Hope you are all doing well. I do not have a command for tip, but I do have a tip. I don't have commands. They're just in my about section. I could make one. I could, but yeah, anyway. There is a thing in the it's in the about. If you hit about and you scroll down, or if you're on desktop, you just squish down. This is a threat. Oh my gosh. Threats. Anyway, but yeah, we're playing this for like 15 more minutes, and then we're switching over to a Pokemon White 0 EXP challenge. Snutter Mario? See, but I read it as Snooter Mario, which made sense because Super Mario. So it's Snooter Mario. Because you can indeed make that sound. It's Mado. Mado. Snooter Mario? Snooter Maro. Mado. Udo. Budo. Bado. Beto. 10 times battle? What? Spunky, what the heck?
Hello, Mario.
What the heck? Spunky! Oh, that's not where I want to go. Spunky, thank you very much for the $3.33. Thanks. That's not an alert I get to see very often. I appreciate it. Oh, it's from the NASA Peepo video. I see. Ow. How do they have 10 missiles already? What the heck? I'm going to die. I'm not. Woof, 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 woof. Whoa! There's 3 of them. Chat showed you NASA Peepo. Oh, heck yeah. Thank you, Wiki. Bro, the Tenta missiles cannot be allowed to come this far back. That's awful. It's way too far back. There's literally more things happening, but I can't, like, a match started. Nope, I'm outie. Run! Oh, good, I didn't die. Okay, I died. Jordan, have a good bed! Have a good bed! Snooter Motto. Yeah, I didn't say motto before. It was just Snooter Mario, I swear. Yo, another one! We got another Tacticooler user. Heck yeah. Should have guessed from the loadout? Oh, yeah, no, yeah. I'm using NZAP for sure. I am, like, it's too good. And by too good, I just mean, like, it's literally a freaking zapper. It's amazing. That was, like, partially intentional, but that was also a really stupid idea. You're a Bloblobber main? Nice. I am bad at this game. Ah! All right. Oh, this is a horrible idea. Bump, crossfires. I keep making really bad super jumps, I'm gonna be honest. If your wrist wasn't sprained, you'd be Team Fire. Rip. Oh, hi. 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 Frick! I'll send cookies if I get to making them then. Okay, thank you, Jorda. Appreciate. Can't wait for Jorda cookies. They sound amazing. Oh, so now we get a wipeout, of course. Rip. Rip, 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 rip. But that's fine. If you aren't already following Spunky Raccoon, you absolutely should. What's wrong with you? No, I'm just kidding. One of my best friends made almost every single piece of art that you see on my channel, including most of the emotes, like 99% of the emotes. Great streamer. Please follow. Good friend. Yo, level 17. Ability unlocked. Got a chunk. Not one that I actually care about, but it is a chunk. Okay, so 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Yeah, no worries, Sander. I got you. Oh, I keep forgetting. I gotta throw a bomb. What team is winning? Water. Like, actually not by much, though. But it is water. Though, me losing tonight will absolutely add to it 100%. Yeah, water is actually winning by less than 1%. If I remember correctly. But I'll have to double check. The halftime report happened. There's going to be an hour Splatoon and the rest Pokemon White? Yeah. Yep. I just wanted to splat a little bit so I can, like, you know, dip my hand into the Splatfest this weekend. And as you can tell, it's like going, eh. But that's to be expected. I've never claimed to be good at this game. Also, Hugo, I have to use your Pro Controller. Ugh. No! Hi! Oh. You're better at SMO than anything? Oh, no, absolutely. Yeah, it's right here. Turn my cloud out if I could? Yeah. Dang it. Now I'm relatively good. I'm relatively decent at the Mario, for sure. Got him. No! There's 2 splat rollers. 3! No wonder they have 3 freaking splat rollers, dude. Wild. What? Excuse me? No? What? That was dumb. Okay, that made sense. I'm not good at this game, but it's fun. All right, here's the deal. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna run. We're just gonna run. Dang it! He found me. He found me. Big sad. Dang, I just splatted 2 of them. Sounds about right. Okay, I got time for like one more before I switch. Ba-da-da-da, bop, bop, da-ba-da-bop, bop, bop, ba-da-da-do, do-do-do. Oh, the Snutter motto was in Hugo's sub. Oh. Oh, I see it now. I see it. It wasn't there before. Before it was Snooter Mario. I swear. (2D mode? Alright, let's hop on it. So. Okay. 2D mode will last for 1 hour. Welcome to the second dimension. I forgot to throw a bomb out, and then, gosh, that's really hard to remember, not gonna lie. That's really hard to remember. Alright, charge up, charge up. Let's say I'm at a full charge. Oh, never mind, it's battle time. Never mind. This actually works pretty well because I don't have to worry about how funky my camera looks because it does look funky. And I don't mean 2D mode, I just mean the other camera in general. Where it was at the moment. 3-win streak. Ugh. Hey, it's the same team, but this time with an end zapper instead. I'm intrigued. All right. You know what this means, folks. We got to get over there first. Rip. Ugh. That thing has range. What the heck? Yo, there's a Tony. Is that Tony Pizza? Well, they're destroyed, whoever they are. Excuse me. What? What was that? Aim. What the heck, game? How did he read that? Are you kidding? Literally, somebody has played this game for too long. Okay. Yo, what a mess. This is ridiculous. Well, I took him with me this time. Yeah. Trade splat, yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, sounds about right. Ah. These people really know how to play. Ugh. Alright, well, that's going to be all the splats for me tonight. Just lost every game. Let's go. But we're going to go play some Pokemon now. Blake Wizard, thank you for the follow. I don't know why that tip alert just played again.
Hello, Mario.
Hello, Mario. What is happening? Why are you double alerting? Stop it. Oh. Oh, I see. Oh. Oh, wait. I am literally forgetting how to hit buttons. And there we go. Okay, cool. Great. But yeah, it's Pokemon's time. Pokemans. Okay. Gotta fix the title. And the game. Bam. Fixed. You'll be up. Thank you. Spunky made it. It's fantastic. You're both playing Splat 3. Nice. Alright. Here we go. Oh my gosh, of course. Of course.
Oh boy, am I glad he's frozen in there and that we're out here and that he's the sheriff and that we're frozen out here and that we're in there. And I just remembered we're out here. But what I want to know is, where's the caveman?
Alright, so I think we last left off. I was trying to catch a couple other level 20s. Currently we have Teenager, Maractus, Chroma, Timber, and Blue Man. That was pretty good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Smoke Ball, Quick Claw, Eviolite, Big Root. Okay. We have Puppy 2 purely because Pickup is a very good ability. Okay. Oh, it's autumn. Ayo. Da ba da da ba da ba ba da ba ba da ba. But as mentioned, 2D mode will be lasting for an hour. I am gonna go back and see if I can grab another level 20. Because having another level 20 would be very beneficial. I literally don't remember if I fought that guy already or not. There we go. I can't remember which of these trainers. Okay, I've already fought both of those then. Alright, that's fine. Desert Resort. Okay. Excellent. Thanks for the clip. Oh, we've already got a level 20 Scraggy. You have your own Kigos for your Sona? Excellent. I actually don't have any IRL Kigos, but I think one of Zale would be pretty cute. I think that'd be a fun one. Have a nice curl. But yeah, what am I trying to... I'm trying to get a level 20 that I don't have. That's a level 19, so we're not going to do that. Ba-da-da-da. So the way that this no EXP challenge works is literally my Pokemon don't gain EXP, like period. It doesn't happen. They don't get any EXP from battles, trainer battles, wild Pokemon, you name it. It just doesn't happen. They can't grow. And with that being said, we have to catch some new Pokemon every few routes or so. We've currently gotten 3 badges total. Already have a Sandile. Currently have 3 badges total, which is pretty good. But, you know, obviously we got 4 more to get. I cannot remember if I fought these 2. I did. Okay. Good. Sounds like a really fun challenge. It is pretty fun. Definitely makes me, like, I have to work around things. I have to think. TMs are infinitely reusable, so I can use the same TM on certain Pokemon, aka Bulk Up at the moment, is a TM that I'm using a lot. But before we hit the next gym, I just want to grab like one more level 20 that I don't have. And I think that would be great. I think that would be fabulous. A Darmaka. It's a level 20. I don't know. I don't know if I actually want a Darmaka. But I don't have a fire type. I'll catch him. I'll grab that guy. It's a fascinating challenge. Yeah, I think it's pretty neat. I think it's pretty cool. Oh, I literally... Hold up. Blue man used dig. I forgot. I was gonna, like... make a command because that was it was a spunky threat. Oh! Darumaka is, like, super low. Perfect time to use a Pokeball. I better use a Great Ball. I should use a Pokeball because that's what I've been using. But I should also use a Great Ball. Bonk. Add calm tip. All right, Spunky, just for you. Just for you. I've added that. Also, Darmaka, first try. When its internal fire is burning, it cannot calm down, and it runs around. When the fire diminishes, it falls asleep. Give a nickname? No. Actually, I should have, but I couldn't think of one that was funny enough or silly enough, so I didn't. Honestly, I don't, like, usually nickname my Pokemon unless it's an Eevee, and then I nickname the Espeon and I nickname the Espeon Light, and I nickname the Umbreon Shadow, because I've just been doing that ever since I first played Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. So I keep it going. This is just what I do. Blue Man is very low on HP, which is fine, because we're just going to get an immediate run away. Already fought that guy. There we go. Haven't fought that guy yet, so you know, there's no point. Really, the only thing that I get from fighting people is money, which could be good. I gave him one Pokemon Amulet coin at one point. Okay, anyway, I think we're gonna drop out Timber because Blue Man is definitely more powerful. I already forgot. Who the heck has Quick Claw? Teenager has Quick Claw. Blue Man needs to get something else other than Smoke Ball, because Smoke Ball is pretty garbo for battles. It's really good for wild encounters. You're guaranteed a runaway, but it doesn't really do anything else for battles, so we're going to swap that out real quick. Move Pokemon. We're going to do the funny little PC trick where we just, like, put Blue Man in here for a second so that it gets healed up all the way. And I don't have to talk to the nice lady at the counter. But yeah, poor Snivy. Gonna be forever sitting at level 5 in the PC. Do I have any items I can give Darumaka? Let me see. Nope. Well, yeah, no, not really. Okay, what moves do you have also? I feel like that's important. Fire Fang, Headbutt, Upward, Facade. And by Facade, I mean Facade. An attack move that doubles the power if the user's Poison Bird or has paralysis. Okay. That's right. So only one fire type move. Alright, whatever. Best way to heal? I agree. And then they took it out. And it's like, oh, well, that's lame. I think they took it out. I can't remember that for sure, but I feel like part of me remembers that that is indeed what happened. Hey, Bianca. I'm actually not interested in musicals at the moment because they don't really, but we'll go in anyway. It's okay, Bianca. Amazing, isn't it? Hello, you two. How do you do? I'm the owner of this theater. Pleasure to meet you. Oh, I must say that you two seem like phenomenal trainers. What do we do here? We use props to make your Pokemon fashionable and glamorous. Do you want to join in and play dress up? To get you started, here's a prop case. The musicals were silly and fun. They were great. Prop case. Prop case lets you store props for decorating your Pokemon. First off, you need to pick a Pokemon. Yep. Puppy. Oh, it's not letting me actually. How about now? Can I do it now? Yes. Give you a little bow tie. Aw, that's cute. There. Beautiful. I'm getting Scarlet. Also, hi Carnage. Hope you're doing well. How are you? Good to see you. Wow, the two of you did a fantastic job coordinating everything. Utterly charming. If you have a Pokemon who can play dress up, you can participate in the Pokemon musical. Would you two please join us? The receptionist can explain everything. Let us say a brief farewell. I eagerly anticipate seeing you on stage. I do not like, Oh, I don't know what to do. Doing a musical would be totally cool, but there's other stuff I want to do. You're basic, you get Violet. Respect. Okay, that's it. I made up my mind. I'm going to see the sights in Mombasa. See ya, Anime. Me too, me too, me too, me too. Okay, good. Oh. Daddy, what are you doing here? I've come to take you back home, of course. Excuse me? Your mother told me that you'd made it all the way out here. Haven't you gone far enough? No way! I'm going to keep traveling with Anime and my Pokemon. Absolutely not. Others do things their way, and we do things ours. I literally forgot about this. Is that so? Then how about you do things your way, and I'll do things mine? Sweetie, you keep going on your travels. Hey, who do you think you are? This is a family matter. My name is Alessa. I'm this town's gym leader. I also happen to be a model. You know, there are many people in this world. Yo, what the heck is happening? Excuse me? Zap! Mr. Zeplander! Zeplander! Yo, you did a lot. Oh my gosh, it says you're doing Jackbox Party Pack. Shoot, do I have to wait for ads? Probably. Maybe? Anyway. What's up, Anime? It's Bunky and everyone. Hi, Zap! Yo, I saw you were doing panel attack, but it says you were playing Jackbox. How many different things did you do today? Was it just those two? Y'all should totally check out Zap. Zap is a Tetris Attack speedrunner. Is also playing through a Fire Emblem game. I'm gonna say 3 hopes, but it's probably 3 houses because I'm a ding dong. And then, yeah, looks like he was also playing some Jackbox. He recently got affiliate during the subathon. You're a victim of Jackbox. Yo, let's go, Familia. Nice, 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 nice. Just those two started with some panel attack and then did a quick game of Fibbage. Ah, I see, I see, I see. Very nice. Y'all should check Zep out. He's pretty cool. It's 3 hopes? Hey, nailed it. You know, there are many people in this world. There are people whose way of thinking may be completely different from yours. Sometimes this means you may get hurt. Of course! That's exactly right. It's because I'm worried about that. But it's important to keep trying, to learn about the differences between yourself and others. I don't know why I gave her a British accent, but we're going with it. To learn that being different is okay. And you shouldn't worry. Trainers always have Pokemon at their side. Pokemon are wonderful. It's not only how cute they can be, but also how much you can depend on them. Please, I know there's gonna be painful stuff like you're worrying about. I know, really, I get it.
But like, listen, there'll be tons of nice people too.
Know what else? Since I've been traveling with Pokemon, I've already gotten tougher. I can totally tell.
So, please?
I like how Alyssa thinks her being a model is significant. I mean, fair. Yeah. Lunar, thank you. My good friend Spunky Raccoon made it. This is very, very cute. I guess, if wanting to continue your journey is selfishness on your part, wanting to stop you is selfishness on mine. I'm surprised to find I'm the one being childish. At my age, I literally don't know what happened to the voices I gave these two. The gym leader's comments helped me wake up. Bianca, I'm sure it's better that you take the path you want to take now. I hope that your journey will be fun. Bon voyage! Anime, please, take care of my little girl, okay? So about our being Ash getting the dub, yo, true. So here's the thing. I feel like I remember reading somewhere that Ash beat the Elite Four in the Alola region. Unless I misunderstood that. And like now he's actually getting championship in the Sword and Shield region that I literally forgot the name of, and now I feel silly. But yeah, Ash has finally become the best, like no one ever was, if y'all haven't heard. After 25 years, he has done it.
Papa, I'll come home after I find out what I really want to do.
I'm sure he traveled as a trainer himself in the past. Being a parent must be hard. Did I meddle unnecessarily? You looked troubled, so I decided to chime in. By the way, if you're trainers, please stop by the Pokemon gym. I'll teach you a little something about how tough a journey can get. He did do it. The man, the myth, the legend, the 10-year-old has become Pokemon champion, as he said he would. Aha! See? I was right. Internet announced him being champion of Alola. Now they're announcing him Pokemon Master again. That's right. See? Twice. Twice. He's a double-time champion. The 30-year-old, 10-year-old. That's correct. Yep. She's so cool. Ha! I want to be a totally cool woman like Alessa. I wonder how I'll get there. Well, before that, I guess I need to discover what I really want to do. See you later, Anime. Hey, does anybody want me to mess with the hexagon colors? I know I don't have to, but part of me wants to. Yeah, they just released the fight from X and Y. Noise. He won the Orange Island. Gosh, I forget about the Orange Island. I need to watch that. At one point, I started the series over again, and I went pretty far, and then I just forgot. Ba ba da ba da ba da 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 ba ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba da ba ba. It's been like a billion years. Yeah, I feel that. But 2 tournaments? Yeah. Battle Institute? Nope. Orange Islands, Alola, and now the official Pokemon League. Where's the gym? That's the small court. I literally don't remember where the gym is. Alright, I gotta bow out, but I'll see you later. Have a great night, peeps. Good night, Gindrax. Hope you have a wonderful sleep. Bottom right. Is this? Oh, that's why. You're looking for Team Plasma, right? I ran into the amusement park. Come with me. Luda, come here. Thank you very much for the follow. Wait, didn't I already do this cutscene? What? I already did this. Those are cute emotes. Ah, that's adorable. I love them. They're not here. Let's ride the Ferris wheel and see if we can spot them. I love Ferris wheels. God, what am I doing? I love Ferris wheels. The circular motion, the mechanics. They're like collections of elegant formulas. I cannot tell you what N's voice was during the last game. I literally don't remember. First, I must tell you, I am the king of Team Plasma. Oh, I must have lost. That's what happened. It's to the left of the Ferris wheel, I believe. Oh, sorry, Carnage. Thanks. Okay, so we did already see this cutscene, but I lost. I wonder how many Pokemon exist in this world. Aw, it's a very cute heart. Very cute. Well, Orden! You're safe, sire. There's no problem. You're part of the people we brought in to help us save the Pokemon. So you're under my protection as well. Go, quickly, and let my battle cover your retreat. Now then, enemy, do you follow my logic? I do not. So that's how it is. That's unfortunate. Ah, then, the future I envision. Perhaps I can't beat you here and now, but I'll batter you anyway to buy the time for these members of Team Plasma to flee. What did I do? What did I do to the poor boy's voice? I can't remember. Blue man, blue man, blue man, blue man, blue man. I forgot to switch out his items, guys. I forgot to switch out his items. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Yo, is that a Squimmy emote? That's amazing. That's good. Double kick for the win. Sigilif. Sigilif, 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 Sigilif is a psychic flying type. Chroma, it's up to you. Let's go, Chroma. But for real though, oh dude. Somebody recently did a remix of the Pokemon of the low HP theme from Pokemon Black and White, and it slaps so hard. It's so good. Same to him. Thanks for the air cutter, nerd. Oh, it's a ground move. I thought it was a rock move. I feel dumb. I literally thought it was a rock move. I am goofy. Your Pokemon look happy? Why, thank you. I just caught them. I'm glad that you think they feel happy. Okay, that did a little more damage. Tailwind. No, but you're already faster than me. Slap, 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 slap. Yes! I'm actually not sure why I went faster that time. Yo, attack up! You know what games they just showed game footage of and it looks really good? Hogwarts Legacy. You know, funny you should mention that game. I haven't, I kind of forgot about it. And I haven't actually seen footage of it. Double kick, of course. Swagger, of course. That's no bueno. Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter. Get wrecked, Scraggy. One shot crit hit to the face. Hey, look, Darumaka. What if... Oh, wait. Actually, yeah, we just sent out Chroma. Duh. Ground type. Sand Tomb. Fire Punch. Ow. Okay, that did a lot more damage than I expected it to do. Oops. Blue man, blue man, blue man. Double kick. Oh, dig. Wait, where'd my confusion go? Wait. No, confusion doesn't disappear with swap out, does it? That's weird. I don't remember that being a thing. Oh, I'm so glad I taught Blue Man Dig. Such a good choice. Ooh, I should teach it to my Sandile too. The result was the same. But you, who are you?
You're quite strong. But I have a future that I must change. And for that future, I'll defeat the champion and become unbeatable, unlike any other. You can share a link. I will give you permission. I'll make all trainers free their Pokemon. Just try and stop me. If you want to be together with Pokemon, your only hope is to collect the badges from each area and head for the Pokemon League. Try and stop me there if you dare. I'll just pop that up in a tab. If your conviction is not strong enough, you will never be able to defeat me.
Okay, cool. I forgot to give... It's just a video touring the House Commons room. Ooh. That sounds kind of cool, though. I'm going to give this amulet coin to Blue Man. I'm going to go look at Dig, because Dig is pretty dope. Teach it to Kuroma. Mud Slap is pretty low, but it could lower accuracy. But Sand Tomb. Nah, I'm going to swap Sand Tomb. Straight up. Wait. Traps the target inside a harshly raging sandstorm. Okay, never mind. I'm forgetting Mud Slap. Just kidding. Also, how many other female types do I have? Did I catch another one? I think Darmaka is also female. Yeah. Darmaka, learn Attract. Get rid of... Fuckade. Okay, what is... Teenager, what are your moves? Feint Attack, Headbutt, Work Up, Brick Break. Pin Missile, Mega Drain, Synthesis, Attract. Fire Fang, Headbutt, Uproar, Attract. Work Up. Yeah, Work Up is just if I need it. Alright, let's go heal up, and then we'll go take on the gym. This time I, actually won the fight. So that's good. Oh, wait. I just had a fun idea. Hold on. That's not what I meant. I wanted to do this. That looks cool. But also I want this... I want IR to not be where it is. Can you, move? That's so much better. No! Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. I don't know. I just felt like it. Now it looks like either a piece of candy or a bow tie, and I like it. All right, it's time. Let us go fight the gosh heckin' gym leader. You never used that thing when I played. I actually used it quite a bit to trade with people, I think. I don't remember. I definitely used the infrared a few times. Yo, freshwater. Delicious. Ba ba da ba ba da ba ba da ba da 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 ba. The first step is to get in the car. Next comes the platform. There you can change where the coaster is going. Sometimes you continue by riding the cars of your opponents you defeat. That's how you aim for gym leader. By the way, electric type Pokemon don't do well against ground type moves. Gen 4 and 6 had the best bottom screen usefulness. I disagree. I think you're forgetting Pokemon Black and White 2, where you had the punching bags that you could use for IV training. Or EV training. Sorry, not IV. EV training. I actually really like the punching bags. But X and Y did also have a good bottom screen usefulness as well. Ground type. Oh, right. That's just gonna send me back. It was worth a try. I really liked the punching bags for Black and White too. I thought they were cool. The watch was pretty cool. Gen 6 had not only the Wonder Trading, but they also had the Super Training, which was also a good way to IV train. Your fashion sense. It's kind of Nuvema Townish. Nuvema Townish. I think I said that right. I'm pretty sure. You're challenged by Lady Magnolia. Emolaga. Of course. Immediately have the flying electric type instead of just an electric type. Straight from the get-go. I am not surprised. The Emolga is female, so unfortunately I can't use Attract. At least not in Pokemon. Yo, crit, let's go. Yo, you double team too much, and I will hit you. I know that sounds silly, but I did hit them on that first double team. All right, never mind. It's working in their favor now. This is the most annoying gym leader, unless this is Rando. Oh, I don't even remember. I gotta be honest. Bro, you gotta stop using double team. I'm gonna scream. Okay, now their use of double team has actually gone useful. All right, so here's the deal. I swap out. Oh, never mind. Get wrecked. Get wrecked, nerd. Another Emolga? Oh my gosh. Well, at least my attack's up this time. Assurance. Ow. Okay, but now I'm out of power points. So we're going to say bye to Chroma as Emolga uses Pursuit. And we're going to switch to Darumaka. Oh, he didn't use Pursuit. Interesting. All right, never mind. That makes sense. Of course. Of course. We're going to use Fire Fang. And we're just going to start hoping that Fire Fang does some hits. Too many double teams. Okay. Oh, that was a lot of damage. Nah. Not worth it. I'm gonna be honest. Double team. Okay. Hold on. Dang it. All right. I was hoping. I was hoping and praying. It's fine. We're gonna throw out Sandile. We're gonna throw out Sandile. No, we can't do Sandile because ground attacks don't work on flying type. We're gonna throw out Blue Man. Again, it might seem like a weird choice, but I gotta do double kick. We gotta get some hits. We gotta get some hits in this business. Interesting. Does it not? It doesn't know any flying type moves. That's really odd. Aw, man. Couldn't go for a third kick. Black and White wasn't my favorite Pokemon. That's fair. That's fair. I actually really loved Gen 5 because it was so fresh and unique at the time that it came out. I was in high school and I was like, okay, this is like so cool. 156 brand new Pokemon, an official Pokemon in the dex that's actually labeled 000, first psychic fire type. Double kick hits 2 times no matter what. What am I thinking of that does multiple hits? Also, hey, Zach. How you doing? How was your Chain of Memories stream? You hated the TV show? I actually never saw the show. Maybe that's why it's so pure for me, because I've never seen the black and white anime. I only saw, I think, up through Advanced Battle, and then the rest of it wasn't on regular TV anymore, and then it didn't matter. Or it was because I was in high school, but either way. It's a good question. But yeah, Zach, how was your chain? It was okay. Fair enough. I do have the respect. You got 2 of the gold bar cards. Hey! Nice. Kaosuyin. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. You got 2 of the prize room cards. Very nice. Very nice. Hope you are doing well tonight. Thank you. I pressed the switch. It has been changed. Ash is such a noob. I mean, he was. He isn't anymore. But he was. Oh, do you mean in the black and white anime? Just knows Pokemon are trash aside from Crocodile? Okay. Santum. Why do they all happen to know Pursuit? Also, why did that miss? That's just Oshawott is one of your favorite characters. Oh, I've seen so many silly things about the Oshawott. Up there with Don's Piplup. Oh, it's great. Dig. Ah. Dig, 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 dig. Bye. Nice. And again, to keep things going, I'm gonna just go back and do a quick heal up. Who was it? It was the Oshawott, and I think it was like one other Pokemon who really liked Purloin, I think. And literally one of the only reasons I know that is because somebody I know made a mod for Rivals of Aether. Yeah, that's right. Somebody made a Purloin mod for Rivals of Aether. You can play as Purloin, and if you use your down special, then you will put out an Oshawott and a Meowth, and they'll both just like take damage for you. Like not a counter, but just like something you can put down. Iris was so mean to Ash. Rip. That's unfortunate. Bum bum. Liepard is 100% one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 5. Not like my most favorite, but I very much enjoy Purloin as a Pokemon. Great design. Very, very well designed. Or Liepard. Liepard is very, very well designed Pokemon. Purloin's cool too, but like I love Liepard. Oh, step out. I forgot that wasn't an automatic step out. Oops. Puppy does not have anything. Okay. Ba 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 da ba. Ba da ba 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 da ba ba da ba ba da ba. Oh, ba. She's not strong in the anime? Interesting. Am I cool riding a roller coaster? Yes. Now fight me. Dig 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 da da. Da 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 ba. Bra. My favorite series was the original series and XY. Yo. Yeah, I heard shoot, I don't remember if it was X and Y or if it was Sun and Moon where the animation style changed to be more like modern anime. But, oh, yeah, the new animations for Pokemon look really great. Sun and Moon. Okay, so it was Sun and Moon. At first, I thought he looked kind of funky. But then, like, I watched a couple of clips that somebody put out, and I was like, okay, wait, that is actually some pretty decent animation. Let's go, Moxie. Nope, no need to switch. Ba, 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 we're gonna dig, 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 dig. But yeah, I literally have not seen much of the anime after Advanced Battle because I don't know. I guess I just got older. Journeys, it looks bearable again. Pokemon Journeys, when is that? Ba 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 ba. Yoink. Da 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 ba da ba ba da. The current one. Okay. Ba ba da ba ba da ba ba ba. Yeah, anime that I need to catch up on as far as cartoons that I watched when I was a kid because Pokemon and Digimon I watched as a kid and anime was not a concept to me. They are just cartoons. But yeah, both of those. Digimon I did finish up through Generation 3, but I need to finish watching. I need to continue through Generation 4. Pokemon, I don't remember, but I remember I was still in season. I was still in the first series when I last left Netflix. I think Journeys is Sword and Shield. Okay. Ba ba da ba ba da ba. Scarlet's gonna be fun. I'm excited for Scarlet. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna be doing a co-op stream with Spunky Raccoon and two of my other buddies who I've streamed Pokemon games with. We're gonna do it evening of launch day, like 5 p.m. PST. That's the plan, at least. It's what I'm sitting on. Actually, I put in vacation time at work to get off 2 hours early. Your favorite Pokemon? Your favorite was Pokemon the third movie and the first movie? Yo, the first movie went pretty hard, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna be honest, the number of Pokemon movies that I've seen is actually 0. Like, I've seen a little bit of Pokemon the first movie, and that's it. Nyom. They made it to CGI? That's true. I do recall that. Hello, trainer. Pokemon, I say watch all but Sun and Moon and Black and White. You gotta watch the end of Gen 3, Battle Frontier, and Gen 4 and Gen 7. I'm literally gonna watch all of it, Carnage. I'm not gonna skip any of it. Does it make me want to rewatch and catch up on some of the Pokemon movies? Do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Yeah, no, I'm not skipping. Is May in Gen 3 or 4? May is in Gen 3. Pokemon Advanced Battle. Or, you know, fire red, leaf green. Or, sorry, ruby, emerald, sapphire, fire red, leaf green. Could you stop using... yes, Dawn is in Gen 4. Could you stop using double team? Dawn is diamond and pearl. And platinum. Da 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 da. Pa da 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 da. Ba ba ra ba 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 da ba 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 da ba. Rip. Misty did indeed find a Togepi egg. Yep, that was like really, it was actually really early in the first series, in the first part of the series. Okay, this is ridiculous. You gotta stop. Oh, yes, Ash found it. Ash found it and then gave it to Misty. I'm sorry, did you just use U-turn? Oh, no, he used Pursuit. I was like, wait, what just happened? He used Pursuit and almost kicked my butt. It spent more screen time as an egg than it did as a Pokemon. Very true. Yes, you are correct. Ash found the Pokemon egg next to a bunch of other fossil Pokemon. And by that, I mean it just kind of ended up with him. Hi, Darumaka. Yeah, I got you, Carnage. It hatched. Okay, so also we do know that it doesn't know any flying type moves. Unfortunately... Oh, no, yeah, we're throwing him out. 100%. Get wrecked, nerd. I couldn't remember if any of my Pokemon had any guaranteed hit moves. I'm glad I looked. Unfortunately, 27 is exactly half of 54. I don't know how I feel about that. That might be a problem. Okay, Shockwave. That's not Spark, it's Shockwave. Alright, we're good. Sick. Imagine the new gen, like when he was with Bonnie and Clement and Serena and others, and he doesn't remember all Pokemon he met yet, and yet he used his Pokedex. Oh, yeah, that was weird. I remember reading about that somewhere. They were trying to, like soft reboot the series, kind of, sort of. But then literally in the next gen, he was like, oh, Brock and Misty, these are my friends who I've traveled with before. And it's like, nope. Looks like you messed that up, Pokemon Company. Oh, shoot. I completely forgot about... There's dinner outside this room, and it's, like, delicious dinner because it's stir-fry. We're going to go heal up. And then while we're sitting in the Pokemon Center, I'm going to go grab a plate. Hopefully it hasn't been put away yet, but it probably has been. Has it been put away? Oh, okay. Yes, I'm going to heal up, and then I will definitely take food. Okay, so we got some bok choy, and we've got some stir fry, baby. Bok choy, stir fry, bok choy, and stir fry. Some lamb stir fry, to be specific. Ba-da-ba, 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 ba-da-ba. I'm gonna eat while I play, cause that's how it's gonna do it. That's just how we gonna do it. Oh yeah, man. Do ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-bum, ba-da-ba-ba-da, bum. Ba-da-beep-ba-da-doo. Got some bok choy, yeah. Whoops. Ooh, nice timing on that. Nice timing. Oh no! I'm like, oh, it's gonna take them a while for it to get around, and then he just moves. All right, gym leader time. Did the fantastic speed leave you dizzy? My beloved Pokemon will be the next one to make your head spin. Look, I don't know why I gave her a British accent, but we're keeping it. We're sticking with it. Finally, I can use a track. Let's go. Finally, I can use a track to my advantage in a game. Let's go. Get absolutely wrecked, Emolga. We're going to beat him up. Sorry, I'm not talking much. I'm just trying to not, like... paralyzed! I'm just trying to not, like, chew on stream. Don't want to be rude, you know? I got paralyzed by static. That's what happened. Ow! That's fine. Just use another search. The move attract is so annoying that it just feels really good to be able to use it in one of my own runs. Because gosh darn, it's so bad. Also, this Emolga knows Aerial Ace, and what that means is that we cannot switch to Scraggy. Because I believe he's fighting Dark type, if I remember correctly. And if I'm remembering incorrectly, then that's just because I'm a goober. I'll double check though, just in case. I literally didn't mean to hit shift. I did not 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 mean to hit shift. There you go. See? He's fighting dark type. I literally did not mean to hit shift. Frick. Rip me. Okay, I want to call mulligans. I'm going to call do-over with this boss fight. Because I heckin' goofed. I heckin' goofed. Oh, I have a track that I could have used it. Dang. Bruh, how'd you miss? Yeah, I just need a do-over because I hecka goofed. I hecka goofed this up like really hard. Big goof. Big goof. Ow. The hour has arrived for 2D mode, but we're just gonna keep going until we defeat the gym leader. Dang it. That's fine. Ah, this stir fry is really good. Alright, I goofed really hard on this battle, and I will have to deal with it. I super goofed, my guy. Absolutely big heckin' super goof. But that's fine. It's fine. Alright. Once again, Chroma is going to be... You know what I needed to do? I need to teach Chroma a different move. Because Emolga is rude. Torment. You can't use the same move twice in a row. I think we shouldn't use that, actually. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Oh, come on. Really? Why are none of these, like, good? Nah, there's really nothing I can teach him. Cred. We just have to keep using Assurance, I guess, but... Hang on. Hang on. Do I have a male Pokemon I could teach this to? I could teach this to Teenager. I don't know if it'd be fast enough, though. That's the thing. Does he have the Quick Claw? He does. Okay, let's get rid of... This is gonna be weird. We're gonna get rid of... Headbutt. But we're gonna save Teenager for the male Emolga, just in case. Because if he has the Quick Claw, he might be fast enough to use Attract. And I don't know how well that's really going to help us out, but you never know. I may have hit the thing, but I'm pretty sure it reset just like the rest of them. 10% chance to move first? Yeah. So there's a chance. There's a chance. Honestly, it's really unfortunate that she has 2 Emolga and that I don't have any, like, good TMs. Like, not really. Though, Retaliate could be decent. Yo, Ants Mickey, what's up? It goes pretty well. It goes pretty well. We're here trying to get our 4th gym badge. Oh, I just missed it. All right, there we go. Okay, food has been eaten. There is some squash waiting for me, but that's going to have to wait until after this gym ladder. Blah, blah, blah. I might just put it in the fridge and get it later. We'll see. Ba-ba-da-ba-da, da-ba-da-ba-da. Da-ba-da-ba-da, da-ba-da-ba-da. I'm at least thankful that they don't start with Volt Switch, because that would suck. I'm getting low on those lemonades. Get immobilized. Get immobilized, nerd. I should have picked a different, I should have taught a different move. Oh, I could have taught, wait, isn't Headbutt a TM? I remember seeing these sprite animations and thinking, was it crazy? Now look, the games, bro, yeah. It was super exciting to see them turn the sprites into this. Back in the day, it's like, whoa, they're doing that thing like in Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Coliseum and Gale of Darkness. It's pretty dope. Okay, that shouldn't KO, right? Crap! I was really hoping that wasn't going to KO. I was really, really, really hoping. We're going to have to use Headbutt because that's a 100% chance of hitting. This is fine. We're using Headbutt, which has a 100% chance of hitting. This is the male Emolga. Nope, wait, it's a different female Emolga. Crap! I was wrong! Oh, wait, no, this is the one that I was thinking about. What am I talking about? I apparently don't know what I'm talking about. Hello, I am a goober. That is me. All right, Maractus. Fight. Attract. Because that won't KO unless it's a crit. It is not a crit. Let's go. How dare I be wrong? I'm just literally forgetting what's what. That's all. No big deal. I would actually much rather use Synthesis here and just hope. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, it was worth a shot. All right. Blue Man. Blue Man, you got a double kick. It's up to you. Ow. This is going to be an issue. Hyper Potion, yay. Can I go for, another question. If I can go further in the area, I could get some higher level Pokemon. I'll have to double check that. This isn't going to mean much because this is a male Emolga and a male teenager, but, Yeah. Okay, that was at least cool. Ha! Another hyper potion. Okay. Okay. All right. Also, if anybody's wondering why I'm not healing, it's pretty clear. All right. Gotta tie another round to this. Another one. Yeah, getting that first attract out. Getting that first attract out. Super important. Super important. I am a bit low on lemonades. I may need to go look for a fountain of drinks. A drink fountain. But I'm also going to see if I can go forward a bit and see if there's any, like, higher level Pokemon. I also forgot the dowsing machine. I could have just had this up the whole time. Okay, let's see. What level are these Pokemon? We're gonna put Blue Man in front again so we can do Smoke Ball. Okay. Alright, let's see what levels we got here. Yo, taco truck? Aw, dude, hiker, why you gotta be right there? Okay, we've got... Oh, hey, little Trubbish. 21. Okay, these guys are higher level. All right. Okay. All right, hold the phone, folks. Hold the phone, folks. We might be getting some new Pokemon. That's a lot of people. That is a lot of people. Acquire trash. Yeah, we'll see what the highest level goes up to, because that'd be important to know. I can't remember if I have to battle this dude, but I will have to battle this dude. Unless... Hey, I got Theta. Also level 21. Okay. I wanna see what the level... Oh, okay, cool. Nice, good. I'm gonna see if there's a higher level cap or if there's some dark grass. If there's some dark grass, 19. If there's some dark grass, that's what we're gonna really want, because that'll be like a few levels higher than the standard grass. I'm just gonna check real quick here. Dude, I took one step. One step. I literally took one step. Okay, however, I think we're gonna need a patch of dark grass if we're gonna get higher than 20. I think that's what I'm seeing. It's what I'm feeling. Heyo, Mincino. Regardless, though, I could use some types that aren't weak to flying. So not Gothita either, because... Dark Grass! Yes. Okay. Alright, hold on. We're gonna get that Pokeball, because I want to see what the item is, but we got some Dark Grass. We got some higher levels. This is good. But yeah, having a Pokemon that isn't weak to a flying type move or a dark type move would probably be good here. Hey, we got a revive. Look at that. Nice. Dark grass. Mincino, level 22. Oh, that's not even that much higher. Huh. Would still be a good catch. Are there any other higher levels? What's higher than 21? 22, 23 even. 23, all right, dope. So 23 might be the level max. Let's go. Again, we're not going to grab Gothita because that is a psychic type. We might grab one later, but it's not going to help us in the gym currently, so probably not. Zinc, nice. Holding on to that. I forgot to turn on the dowsing machine again. Trubbish, yeah. 22, okay. We could get a 23 one, though. We could get a 23. I'm going to turn on the dowsing machine before I forget. Just in case, you know what I mean? Just in case. Oh, shoot. I said I was going to take this off to fight. Yes! Oh, my gosh. The level 25. Oh, my gosh. Yes. Yes, absolutely. 100%. Yes, please. How about yes? Sprigatito, what should have been evolved form? Nah, I mean... Yes, it would have been nice. Except I cannot say anything. There are people trying to avoid spoilers. So, I cannot comment at this time on a live stream. Leopard Pokeball! Oh, I got teased. Oh, man. Wouldn't that been great if I got him with just a regular old Pokeball first try? That would have been pretty cool. I beat the gym? No. Nope. I just needed some higher level Pokemon. And this is a great start. These Pokemon vanish and appear unexpectedly. Many trainers are drawn to their beautiful form and fur. Absolutely, like, oh, they are gorgeous. That doesn't mean anything unless you know. Just gonna swap some Pokemon around real quick. Item take. Switch out Maractus. Give Maractus the Smoke Ball. Excuse me. Sorry. Save really quick. Yeah, we didn't beat the gym. I just want to catch some higher level Pokemon, and what better place to do it in the dark grass ahead of the gym? Again, the only reason I'm not catching the Gothita is because they know Assurance, which is a dark type, which is super effective, so it really doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, that's a double battle. Uh-oh. Hey, what if we got 2 Liepard? Crazy thought. Nah. Nah. We could. There's nothing stopping me. 23? All right, we'll go 20. We'll say 23 is probably the highest. Probably. Oh, and they know Swift. That's huge. That is actually very large. Encore? Why, thank you. How did you know I was going to use Mega Drain again? Full Life Art team? We could. Probably not in late game, but we definitely could. Let's go! All right. Da-da-da-da. Okay, I'm gonna see. They greet one another by rubbing each other with their tails, which are always kept well groomed and clean. The chinchilla Pokemon, everybody. Oh no. Oh, I don't have enough. I don't have enough space for what I want to do. Oh, I can do that though. I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with that. That wasn't my original intent, but I'll do it. Oh, yeah. Level 25. We will, in fact, catch another level 25. I am not below it. Pin Missile, go. The Crimson Chinch. Pin Missile sounds so cool. Why couldn't it, like, be useful? Why does it have to be such a weak move, dude? Like, for reals. That didn't do much, and I expect Maractus to KO. Oh, never mind. JK. Alright, Pokeball time. Nice. First try. Easy clap. Da-da-da-da. No nickname. Because I can't think of anything clever for that one. I'm going to be honest. Alright, it's time to go. It's time to run. Time to switch items and Pokemon. Maractus, you need the Big Root Energy. Blue Man, you can hold the Smoke Ball while we are out here. What? No way, dude! No way! Nikki! Nikki! Hello! Nikki, Picky. Nikki, how are you? How are you doing? Thank you very, very much for the raid. How was Super Mario World? If y'all don't already, you should totally go follow. It's Nikki Picky. Her streams are very fun and chill. And she speedruns Super Mario World, which is pretty dope. How are? Went poorly, but still fun. Heck. Well, I'm glad you had fun. Fun is definitely very important. You're actually just in time. We caught a couple more higher level Pokemon because the Pokemon at the gym were totally kicking my butt. So we got some higher leveled ones, and now we're gonna do some team swapping. We're gonna do some TM changing around. I just realized I haven't done my proper anything from any of the raids today. Because they've just all been, like, homie raids, which is amazing. But hello, everybody. My name is Anime of AnimeeArcade. I am speedrunning Super Mario Sunshine Hoverless. I am doing a Pokemon White 0 EXP challenge. And I'm also playing through the Kingdom Hearts series on Sundays. I need to move items around. Okay, Blue Man. Give me that. Teenager, I'm actually swapping you out, so give me the Quick Claw. Maractus, I'm sorry. I'm going to take you out as well. Yeah. All right. Actually, I don't... Hang on. I don't actually have enough Pokemon to swap the way that I'm thinking right now. But let me just mess with some of this. Okay. Chroma, you go in the front. Blue Man, you are swapping with Liepard. Liepard, you are swapping with Teenager. And Chinchilla, you are swapping with a grass type, because I literally forgot their name. I took all the items from everybody. Good. All right. Yo, Chesterberry. All right. Great, but good to see you, Nikki. Thank you so much for the raid. I big appreciate. What the heck? Like, I've gotten, like, way too many raids tonight. Okay, Pokemon, what do my Liepards know? What do my Liepards know? Happy to be here. Oh, thank you. Okay, so they both know the same moves. How's the challenge treating you? Honestly, pretty good. I actually really like this challenge. Forces me to use Pokemon I wouldn't normally do. And then I also have to be a little more strategy. I have to think a little bit more tactfully. I really like it. Torment, yeah, we're getting rid of Torment. We are literally just replacing that with Attract. Furious types, Pursuit, Fake Out. Pursuit would be hecka good if they try to use Volt Switch. It can do major damage. Let's see. Chinchilla knows Double Slap, Encore, Swift, and Sing. That's kind of disappointing. But we can work with that. All right. We can work with that. Chinchilla, we're going to take away your Chesterberry. Thank you for that, Chesterberry. We appreciate it. Liepard, can I give you anything useful? Not really, because they're going to be faster, like, anyways. Okay, let's give Darumaka the Quick Claw, just in case. And then I'll give an amulet coin to the Liepard, because we're, like, obviously going to be switching to a Liepard at some point. So I might as well. And then do this, because I like everything being organized. Same here, organize. I'm very low on lemonades. I need to get some more. Let's teach Attract to both of the Liepards, because, yeah, baby. We're going to get rid of Torment, because Torment is not going to help us out here at all. Zippo Percento. We're going to use Attract again. We're going to teach it to the other one. We're going to get rid of Torment. Torment. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to... Do we teach Dig? I don't think we do. Can't learn it anyway. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. And then I think what we do is we start with the female Liepard out first, and we'll try to go from there. Okay, let's go. Take him out. Ba-da-ba, 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 ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-da, ba-da-ba. Bonk. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-ba-ba-ba. If you're ever looking for a streamer who's like constantly speedrunning Pokemon games, by the way, would recommend Swiftaloo. She has very cute arts and emotes, and also does a lot of Pokemon speedrunning. I know that seems like kind of wild and out of the blue, and honestly it is. But Pokemon speedruns are interesting to look at. Alright, let's go. Game on. We are stuck in 2D mode until we beat the gym leader. That's what's happening, folks. Alright, Mr. Emolga, get... Actually, no, fake out first. Fake out is definitely first. No! I didn't think about that. No! I didn't think that I was gonna get staticked immediately. Ah! I need to buy some more lemonades. I am so low on lemonades. Volt switch again. I dare you. Okay, he did. All right, there's only one course of action. Y'all ready for this course of action? Pursuit! Uh-huh. Okay. Guess what? Guess what? Take a lot of damage, nerd! Get out of here! I would like to switch to the male Leopard, please. I'm still going to use fake out, even if it means a static. Yup. Because Pursuit's going to be a static as well anyway. But if you use Volt Switch again, like that, nerd, you're going to take a lot of damage. Get wrecked. Zebstrika! You know what's good about the Zebstrika, other than I'm, like, gonna die, and that's not good? And that's not what I mean. I have a Pokemon for Zebstrika. I do not have a Pokemon for Zebstrika because I took them out. Nope, just kidding. They're right there. Anyway. Sorry, Chinchilla. You're being sacrificed. I'm so glad I went to get more Pokemon because I would not be able to deal with the level 27. Yikes! And paralyzed, yep. Okay. Bag. Where is the female Leopard? Quick attack for the death. Do I have any paralysis heals? That's what I want to know. I want to know if I have any paralysis heals. Yeah, I do, baby. Okay, paralysis, the male, female Leopard. Not the male, just the female. That might KO. Yup. Which is fine. I wonder if the Zebstrika also has static, but we're going to use Attract, so it doesn't matter. Ow! Get wrecked. Alright. Here's what we do. We heal. We use a lemonade. I'm so low on lemonades. I'm so low on lemonades. Get attracted, nerd. Get absolutely attracted, nerd. Dang it. I'm just going to keep the paralysis on because I can only assume that I'm going to get static by either of them. Like, I feel like it doesn't matter, you know? Let's go. Attract and Pursuit is the play, baby. Dang, you actually got a spark out. Big sad. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Flyperd, why you gotta take so much damage? I don't have enough lemonades for this. I don't have enough. Ah! If you're wondering why I'm using Pursuit over Fury Swipes, I at least get a stab bonus with Pursuit. That's the main reason. But ha! As long as I'm out here, Zepstrika, you are boneroned. Well, okay, maybe not. I wish I had more healing items. Yo, crit! All right, we gotta heal though. We can't risk that biscuit. Oh, thank you for finding a wild hyper potion in the wild, but wish I didn't have to use it. Wish I didn't have to use it. Dang it. I gotta use another one. Ka-cha! Dude, come on! What? The 1 HP? Oh, they have a hyper potion. Okay, it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but like... Come on. Da-ba-da-ba-da, da-ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-ba. Crit, 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 yes! Yes, yes, yes! Oh, man, Attract is vile. It is vile. So glad I'm using it. He knows Volt Switch too! Get KO'd! Unless... Get KO'd! Yes! Get wrecked, nerd. I don't have enough healing. I don't have enough healing. This is the male, right? It's the female. Oh, and it's so low, too. Ah! Now, if only one of my Pokemon knew Quick Attack. What? Podgy! Podgy, 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 Podgy. Podgy, 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 Podgy. I gotta sacrifice Peppy here. Podgy! Yo, what up, my guy, my dude? Podgy, Podgy, Podgy. How was Kingdom Hearts today? How did it treat you? I need to use this Mailbolski Mail Lifer. Podgy, 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 Podgy. Y'all need to absolutely go check out Podgy. Podgy is a Kingdom Hearts 2 speedrunner. He is really good at speedrunning Kingdom Hearts. PB today, but we were a good endgame away from getting second place on console. Dude, that's dope. That's hella dope. Like, for reals, guys, Podgy is very talented at speedrunning Kingdom Hearts. Like, you should absolutely go give Podgy a follow. You're okay. No, the paralysis! Ow! I just wanted the fake out. Okay, I need to... Oh, man, I'm out of... All right. We're going to be down to the last wire. But yeah, y'all should absolutely go give Podgy a follow. They are a homie. They are very cool. Good streamer. Would recommend. All right, here we go. Direct! Yes! Get out of here! You ran it at a very good time, Paji. We just got our 4th gym badge, baby. That took us, what, 4 tries? At least? Still.
My oh my, you have a sweet fighting style. I mean, you're a great trainer. Excuse me, Oh, here, Volt Switch, I want you to have this.
Oh, it's a badge first. Sorry. Bum, 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 bum. Also, we finally beat the gym leader, which means we are going to be exiting 2D mode. Bonk. Got the Bolt badge, baby. If you have 4 badges, including this Bolt badge, Pokemon up to level 50, including traded Pokemon, will obey you. Also, your system move I like. Oh, I totally broke the character. Feel free to use it, if you want to. Volt Switch is so toxic. Da-da-da-da. Volt Switch lets the Pokemon switch with a different Pokemon after attacking. Of course, if you don't have another Pokemon in your party, you can't switch. You're going to Driftveil City next? Of course. There's a Pokemon gym there, after all. Oh. I bet you won't be able to get there. You know what? I'll fix it so you can cross. Wait for me on Route 5. Nice. Can do my spiel again, now that I'm thinking about it. Hello, everybody, from Podgy's stream. My name is Anime, and this is my arcade. I am currently speedrunning Super Mario Sunshine Hoverless, doing a Pokemon White 0 EXP challenge, and playing through the Kingdom Hearts series on Sundays. We are currently at 358 days over 2. I think we're probably about close to halfway through the game, I think. We're close. Alright, good. Glad I made a chance to go forward and catch some higher level Pokemon. That double Liepard strat was absolutely the way to go. 100%. I'm glad I grabbed 2 of them. Gosh, Attract is just absolutely the most vile move that you can teach one of your Pokemon. It is beautiful. It is beautiful to use in challenges. Sharon, no! Enemy, stop! You've got a Bolt badge. I've got a Bolt badge. Let's test who's stronger, you or me. This time, I'm going to win. You know nothing about modern Pokemon games? I don't know if Gen 5 is really modern. I mean, I guess kind of, but that was like... It's like 2010, 2011, I don't know. Anyway, basically the way this challenge works is I can't gain EXP at all, like period. You know nothing about 2010 plus? Fair enough. Fair enough. Fake out. Plat. Poor choice of words actually there, but whatever. Fairy swipes. But no, Attract has been devastating ever since its introduction in Gen 3. Like 100%. So you can only get higher level Pokemon by capturing them at higher levels? Yes! Yep, I cannot level up unless I like find some rare candy somewhere, maybe, potentially. Which is why I still have a doggo in my party, is purely just in case he happens to pick up rare candy with his ability pickup. Oh gosh, being able to use Attract is just power move. Fine, I'll use Pursuit. Heckin' Torment. Like, I just want you to notice that's been like 3 turns without the other Liepard being able to do a single thing. That is how vile Attract is. Pansage is fire type. Hey, look, Darumaka, fire type. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, it feels so nice to like be able to stream in a hoodie, by the way. It's so nice. It's not summer. It's not hot in my streaming area. It's a good temperature. Nice. I actually didn't think that was going to one-shot, But that's pretty cool. Chroma can go out. Because, oh, wait. Actually, that's a bad idea, because Pignite probably knows some fighting moves. Roll out. Oh, Pignite, 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 Pignite. Unfortunately for you, Pignite, I know Dig. Rollout would normally be a devastating move that gets more powerful every time it hits. Unfortunately, I know Dig, which means this next hit, it's not gonna hit. So much for your power boost. This battle is so much easier compared to the gym battle. It's garbage. It's honestly really funny. Tranquil, that is a bird Pokemon. Yes. I'm gonna send out the female Liepard because chances are it's a male Pokemon. Chances are. Nice. Attract. Again, just gonna keep using Pursuit because of same type attack bonus, but also we got a crit. Well, you are strong as usual. Yo, money. Why? Why can't I beat you? Oh, you two are friends. That's nice. How you're helping each other get better by competing. Okay, let's go. Again, if anybody wants to know why she has a British accent, I have no idea. It's just what happened. Oh? Why, if it isn't Alessa? Art festival's grand. Life should be enjoyed. Who is this man? This is Alda, the Unova region's champion. Champion? Why would the champion be goofing off at a place like this? I heard that remark. You are quite a judgmental person, are you not? My name is Alda. I'm the Unova Pokemon League's champion. Pleased to make your acquaintance. For your information, I'm not goofing off. I'm on a voyage. I know every corner of Unova. I'm Sharon from Nuvema Town. My goal as a trainer is to become the champion. Traveling with a goal in mind is a commendable thing. And what do you plan to do after becoming champion? What else is there other than striving to become stronger? The strongest trainer, that's the champion. Becoming stronger. Becoming stronger, you say? Is that alone enough of a goal? It's not that I'm trying to say your way of thinking is wrong. In my travels, I've helped many people learn to love Pokemon. I think that's important too. If you play with those children, you might gain more of an understanding. Will you two have a Pokemon battle with these two? Hey, you two, come here for a moment. We're gonna battle kids! Understood. But before that... Oh, yes, thank you. Bless. Okay, let's battle. Yo, we're fighting toddlers. By the way. Okay, but they also have, like, second evolution Pokemon, so it's fine. Double Liepard! Yo, it's dogs and cats. Dogs and cats, dogs and cats, and dogs and cats. Nice. I believe this is female Liepard, which means we attract the male herdier. Slap! Yo! Iva! What's up, my guy? Thank you for the good luck. I appreciate it. We actually just got our 4th gym badge. Herdier is damaged by recoil. Herdier flinched and couldn't move. Why did my Liepard take so much damage? How are the ranked games going for you, man? You having good luck with the games? Ranking up? Ranking down? No! That's fine. bop, 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 bop. Oh dear. Oh, that might be a problem. That's why so much damage happened. That makes sense. Ow! Jeez. Have I mentioned that I didn't buy any healing potions? Oops. I wish my partner would put his attack with my attack to deal damage, but okay. Ow. Yeah, now you attack my partner's Pokemon, huh? We're going to double slash. Oh, wait, no, we're going to use Swift because we hit both of them. Just kidding. This is why I said having Swift was pretty baller. Not only does it always hit, it also hits both of them. Nice. Direct. Uno. Dos. Is that on my screen? Okay, no, it's not. I thought there was like a little speck on my screen for a second. And I was just gonna be like, Nicely done. You didn't win, but that was a good battle. Your Pokemon looked like they were having fun. Young man, if there are people like you who pursue strength, there are also people who are happy just being with Pokemon. There are many different people and many different answers. When it comes to what a champion should be, you and I may hold differing views, but so be it. Give it some thought. Let's roll. The Driftvale drawbridge is just ahead. Okay, I need to get healed first, though. The champion is the strongest of the strong. That's all there is to it. No, let me heal! Ah! How about you? Will you heal me? Nope. Back to town it is. I don't even remember who's holding what anymore. Other than I think my Liepard in front has an amulet coin. Somebody has a quick claw. I don't know who it is, but somebody's got it. I think it's the Darumaka. Probably. The Chroma has an Eviolite. That I might give that to Cincinnati. It's gonna depend. It's gonna depend on how I move my Pokemon around if I need to in the future. Darumaka probably not gonna last very long. Will most likely be replaced relatively soon here. Dowsing machine. I should just literally have that up all day, all the time. Bike. Bum. Ba-da bum ba 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 da da bum. Ba-da bum ba 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 ba. Ha. This way. Now to contact him. It's me, Alessa. Please lower the drawbridge. I have a couple of trainers here who want to challenge you. Okay, thanks. Now, watch this! Bridge, 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 bridge. Yeah! And it's got the moon because it's nighttime. Ba, 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 ba. I have a TV gig, so I've got to go. The gym leader of the next town may take some getting used to. Do your best, both of you. What I am is a trainer. I prove I'm right by getting stronger and winning in battle, even against the champion. Okay, Sharon. Okay, buddy. Something fun about this bridge, there's a bunch of individual feathers that you can get. that are like IV feathers. Or you can get a pretty wing, and those sell for a chunk of money. Here it is. Or you run into a ducklet. I mean, either one is good, honestly. Nice. 2 special attack wings. Okay. I'm pretty sure they're special attack wings. I could be wrong. Nah, the other one's pretty far back, I think, because I'm not seeing it. But you can hear, you can actually audibly hear when there's a wing on the bridge. It's kind of cool. So you're the trainer as Celeste was talking about, huh? I'm Clay. I'm the gym leader around these parts. Don't be expecting no welcome now. Because when we lowered that bridge, the Team Plasma guys we caught done escaped in all the ruckus. What a bother. I'm grateful that you lowered the bridge, but how is it our fault that they escaped? You can say whatever you want, but what's important is y'all showed up and then Team Plasma escaped. Maybe it's a little heavy-handed, but you ought to start looking for Team Plasma too. You're both talented trainers, aren't you? Nice. Tell you what, if you find Team Plasma, I'll let you challenge my gym. Life's all about give and take. Well, I suppose that's fair. But really, we should have looked for Team Plasma even if he hadn't asked. I can get stronger while beating that bothersome bunch. Enemy, I'll go ahead. Okay. Bum ba ba da ba da 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 da. Yo, items. Cold storage. Give. Yo, we got a PowerPoint up. Nice. Ah. I wanted the item. Another timber. Level 22. It was a higher level this time. Oh, I should really have a smoke ball equipped right now. I mean, Liepard is fast. Should be pretty quick. Ether, good. Gotta save those ethers for the Pokemon League. Herdier. Level 21. Pupper Dog. Alright. I'm trying to remember. Come on! I took 2 steps? Yo, it's the ice cream cone! Ayo! Did you know they made the final evolution of the ice cream cone, like, actually really powerful? Like, for as freaking goofy as it looks, they actually made it, like, really powerful. It's kind of ridiculous. Is this dark grass? It's dark grass. Ayo, dark grass. Herdier level 25, level 26. Ooh. Herdier, what moves do you know by chance? Mudasar, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. I know Helping Hand. They have Intimidate. Probably have Takedown, which is not going to be the most helpful. Whoa! I have been here a while since Spiky Raid. Ayy. Nice. Just been listening. Well, thank you. I appreciate you sticking around and hanging. Thank you. So true, though. Yeah, I love the Pokemon music. Pokemon music is just always jamming and hamming. Oh, come on! Your HP is so low. I still want to catch one mostly because it's level 26 and I can just replace Darumaka. But we are going to need to teach it some better moves. Helping Hand, we're not going to get in that many double battles. We'll get into some, but not many. Not many. There we go. Herdier. We'll call this one Boof. We'll call this one Boof. And then if we ever meet a Stoutland out in the wild, we'll call it Boofer. Because, you know, it's just large. Boof. Okay, so that's that. Protein. Protein. Oh, it's on the other side. Okay, but what else is in the deep grass? I must know. We've got a Herdier. We've got Pokemon that can go up to level 26. We got a Mincino, which we already have. It's like one level lower, though. Oh, Leopard's at like 24 HP. Whoops. Whoops. Ow. I just like bit my lip. Ow. That was weird. Timber, level 26. I could use another fighting type. I'm probably going to take damage, but I think it's worth the attract. We'll see. If I take damage, I take damage. Yeah, alright. It's fair enough. It's fine. That's what I've got all my other Pokemon for. Plus Chinchilla knows Sing, which does increase catch rate. No, they avoided it. This could have gone so much better if they didn't avoid Sing. That's all I have to say about that. Fake out. Slap. Pursuit. Oh, wait. Why'd I use Pursuit, dum-dum? Whoops. Ow, 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 ow. Dead. Not dead. Okay. Fury swipes. Come on, man. Help me out. Why you like this? I actually can't win against this Timber at the moment. I'm going to throw Pokeballs. Timber not only has fighting type moves, but also knows Rock Throw, which is also super effective against my fire, if I remember correctly. I will throw one more ball. This is silly. Ba 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 ba. Yeah! All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Level 26 fighting type Pokemon. Nope. I do not have a clever name for you. Sorry. The deep grass is where it's at. Ba ba da. Ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba da ba ba da ba. But where's the Poke Center, my guy? I really need to heal. Hey, there it is, oh man, yeah. Ba da ba da ba. All right. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba bum. Oh, I need to get so many lemonades. Why? I don't have a Pokemon that can fly yet. Ugh. I don't remember when I actually get a Pokemon that... I don't remember when I get fly, like, at all. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Alright, we're going to swap in Herdier because they are higher. Oh, they know Crunch, though. That could be good. That could be good. We're going to swap it out Crocodile, I think. And actually, we're gonna keep Crocodile. We're gonna swap out since he knows. But we are going to take that. Okay. All right. Okay, let's move around. Start teaching some moves. Actually, no, maybe we shouldn't teach moves yet until... I do want to take that from Chroma and give it to Timber. Actually, I shouldn't, but I'm going to. What? What is happening today? Excuse me? What? Yo, he's a Sugar Bear! Sugar Bear! What is up, my guy? How you doing, man? How are? Yo, how were the runs tonight? I am so bad. Go me. I can't spell with this keyboard, apparently. Y'all should absolutely go check out Sugar Bear. They are a Super Smash Bros. 64 speedrunner, and they've got some pretty good times, not gonna lie. They are pretty cracked at the game. Helping Ant take down Workup Crunch. Giving them Quick Claw is a good idea, yes. Yes. Okay. That should be good. I'm gonna mess with the moves and stuff. Actually, no, I should do some now. Good man, just did some drunk smash runs. Went alright considering my brain is wrecked right now. Rip. Well, hey, I hope you had fun. Fun is certainly important when it comes to something like that. How's Pokemon been? It's been pretty good. We got the fourth gym badge, and we're gearing up to. We gotta go catch Team Plasma people, but we're gearing up to do some more and take that 5th badge, hopefully, depending on how long that takes. Boof, you need to learn Dig. 100%. We are getting rid of Helping Hand. Get out. The new EXP challenge always interests me a ton. It's really fascinating. It's definitely really fascinating to work with and think about. Okay, do I teach Dig? Oh, Wake Up Slap with Sing. Just imagine. The target stat changes don't affect this attack's damage. Okay, I'm actually not gonna change anything. I will teach Attract, though. Actually, wait. I think really only my cats need to know Attract because they're so fast already. The only problem with Takedown, excuse me, is that it does damage, but it also damages me. No, I don't know if it's really worth the risk. I don't know if it's worth the trade-off in this instance, but I will hold off. I will hold off on using Attract. You ever done an no XP before? This is the first time. This is the first time. I've never done a no EXP challenge before. I have not. Oh no, I didn't want to. I didn't actually want to do this fight, but oh well, here we are. I'm pretty sure there's actually nothing in the cold storage area at the moment, now that I think about it, but I'm already here. I'm already here. We're just going to attract this Whirlipede thing. And attract. Oh, use Protect. Big sad. Too bad, sucker! Oh my gosh, Attract is just so OP. Can't protect yourself now, can you? Ah! Dang it, he did. Ow. Poison tail, of course. I do like how in Gen 5 they introduced did they introduce it in Gen 5? Hold on, I gotta take that back. Hold on. Okay, just kidding. It was introduced in Gen 3. All right, never mind. I take that statement back. Carablast. That is a bug. Buggy. Bug, 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 buddy, bug. Nice! Defense lowered, baby. A heckin' good crunch. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, I just want to go get this item. I hit down! No! I hit the down button. Honestly, meant to go longer, but the alcohol caught up to me a bit too fast. Nah, it's all good, man. It happens. No worries, my guy. Joltik's a nerve. Your team is too nervous to eat berries. I like Joltik. Joltik, he's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. They're so tiny. If you look at the Pokédex entry too, they are incredibly small. Ow. Bug type. Super effective. Poison. Yeah, you gotta, you know, when you do that, you gotta balance between your drinks and your water for sure. Boof. Web bowl. Okay, I think that's a good choice. Dig. Oh man, I remember when they actually gave Dig like 20 power points and not 10. Joltik is one of your all-time favorites. He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. He's great. I like Joltik. Joltik is adorable. Crunch. I'm not even using workup. Alright. We're replacing workup with attract. We are definitely replacing workup with attract. I'm not even using it. I'm barely acknowledging its existence. Boom. There's actually another item. Oh wait, no, that was it. Okay. To the Poke Center! Also, that guy. Unless that's a cone. I don't know. What's that guy doing down there? Unless... Nope, one more. Silly me. I forgot. Okay. Let's do some heals. And then we'll teach attract. We'll swap out workout because I'm not even using workout. I'm not even using it. Not even using it. Top 5 is probably Espeon, Stakataka, Relicanth, Guzzlord, and Joltik. Oh crud! I don't actually remember who Stakataka is. That's from the Alola region, right? What am I doing? Attract. Yes. Attract is a vile move, and you should teach it to all your Pokemon in a challenge. Heck, I mean, you could even do it in a normal run, but it's just incredibly helpful during a challenge. Okay, I need to go talk to a feller. Specifically, this feller. Yo, Rocky Helmet! Okay! Yeah, it kind of looks like one of the Breath of the Wild runes. I'm gonna need you to send that to me, because I feel like I should know that one. Sun and Moon is just kind of hazy to me, and it's my own fault. But still. Okay, straight up, for reals though, Rocky Helmet, powerful. Powerful. I'm glad I talked to him, and I didn't even mean to get that. I was just doing that to try to make some for vending machine! Vending machine! Lemonade spam time. Let's go. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Let's go. We're buying all our healing. We are buying all of our healing items for a bit here. You're gonna be spamming that A button like nobody's business. I think we need like what, 20 lemonades minimum. I think we need 20. Bum ba da ba da ba ba bum. 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 Send a pic on Discord. Dope. I'm gonna go look. Dude, how have I not seen that Pokemon? How have I not seen that one? That one's hella cool. Wow. I wish Sun and Moon wasn't such a blur to me. I really should play through Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon sometime. 'Cause I never did. Oops. And I'll explain why. It's because when it first came out, I was like, that's such a stupid name. Who names a game Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon? It's a DLC. It's like Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. They just added stuff to it. Wrong. Wrong. Sun and Moon was like actually, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was actually much better versions of Sun and Moon. So I've heard. So, oops. Gen 7's your fave, TBH? There's some good Pokemon in Gen 7. I gotta agree with you. In that sense. There are a good chunk of Pokemon in Gen 7 that are fantastic. Gen 2 definitely still holds #1 in my heart. Followed very closely by Gen 5. Oh, there we go. Anime. Do you think Team Plasma could be in there? I don't like cold places, but we have to check. What a bother. Hey, let me in. What? Let me in. Oh, they just mean he means around the back. He just means around the back, doesn't he? Bum 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 boom ba ba ba. Sorry about that. Okay, so where's the cold storage? Where is it? I don't remember. Can I just like go in that door, fella? Can you let me in? Vanilla light, vanilla light, vanilla light. You know what I have to say? One of my favorite things, one of my favorite pieces of media that involves Liepard was a flip note. It was a flip note from back in the day. And if y'all know the one If you know Portal, and you pick up one of the cores, that's just like, ooh, look at that thing. No, the other thing. What's that over there? That one. So they took that voice. And then they just animated a Lipard to it. And I'm just like, this is really good. It was a very, very good flip note. Yeah, Vanillite. Unfortunately, not going to be as powerful as Vanillux, but still an interesting Pokemon nonetheless. Well, still. Is there anything more important than strength for trainers, like the champion said? Oh, we'll never understand just by thinking about it. What a bother. Let's hurry up and check inside. So rude. So rude, so rude, so rude. Give me that. Netball. Oh, I can't do anything up there. I'm gonna slap there, stab there. Pokeball. Yo, Scald? Okay, hold on. I don't think I have any water type Pokemon, but Scald could be pretty big. For those of you who don't know why Scald is kind of cool. Oh, I need to buy some healing items. No, I already did. Never mind. Scald is cool because it's a water type move, but like it can burn the target, which is really cool. One of those fancy unique moves that do unique coolio things. That didn't help me. Nope. Okay, I didn't actually want to run into that battle, but I don't think I had a choice. You're pretty energetic, considering the cold place we're in. Let's warm up with a Pokemon battle. It's a good idea. Delicious. Pan port. But Vanillux is also top 10 for me. Had a Pokemon card of them that was Giga. That was Giga Troll to my Fiend friends, and I've loved them ever since. That's great. Yeah, that's the thing, is like Vanillux is very powerful. They purposely made Vanillux like super powerful. And it's really interesting to think about. Oh yeah, Panpour, I can do the same thing. Ha! Yes. Yes, I would like to switch, please. Thank you. Let's not have a Dark-type Pokemon go up against a Timber. No, thank you. However, I do have Rock Throw. Oh, well, that was stupid. Oh, yeah, that was really... I could have just low-kicked immediately. Whoops. That's fine. Chip Away did like nothing. Glad I decided with the low kick instead of Chip Away. Because I thought about doing Chip Away. Here we go. Nice. Let's go and use an item, I guess. Heal them up just because I might as well since I am in here, man. Let's go and use them. I can always buy some more on the way out. Not too big of a deal, I think. Yes, I can. Okay, I was about to say I can't avoid that battle, and then I did. Because I was just a ding-dong. Gimme, 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 yeah! Timberlight is so good. One of my best friends put me onto how cool they are. Oh, it took me so long to evolve into a Conkeldurr in Pokemon Go. Actually, I don't even remember if I evolved a Conkeldurr in Pokemon Go. Like, I'm pretty sure I did, but I don't remember. It just took a long time. But yeah, they can be pretty powerful for sure. Yo, the deep, deep storage. AO. Oh, is someone in there? Yes. Shall we go then? Yeah. Can you heal me up? I guess not. I like how big this trailer is. Aha, Justice. Or nope, Zinzolin. All of you, huddle around me. I can't take this cold. Need to get back into Go, honestly. They've added so many Pokemon to it, including an exclusive form of a Pokemon that's in Scarlet and Violet, that you can only get it in that form in Pokemon Go, and then trade it to Scarlet and Violet. But also, yeah, I'm just trying to clear the Pokedex. Whatever. I can't believe you were really hiding. It's a bother, but if you're cold, shall I show you outside? Pokemon are our king's friends. While we're taking care of them, we can't let any harm come to them here. Everyone, drive these intruders away. Understood, Zinzolin of the Seven Sages. Put 'em up, because here we come. Oh, really? That's it? Yeah. I believe it's Gimmighoul is its name. In-game, normally, it's like sitting inside of a treasure chest, kind of like a mimic. But in Pokemon Go, it's like just him outside of the treasure chest with like a little coin on its back. It's really interesting. Anime, let's each take care of one side. As long as you heal me up after every battle. Back in the day, I wanted all of the Team Plasma Eevee evolutions so bad. From the card set, because like the Team Plasma decks were actually pretty hardcore. Not gonna lie, like they were actually really good. Da 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 da. No, Santum. You know what I should do? Switch to my fighting type Pokemon, but I don't feel like it. I really should though. Well, actually I can't because I'm trapped in the sand tomb, so never mind. Disregard that statement. Plus, get wrecked, Sandile. Get out of here. Yep, Plasma Glaceon, they're so good, right? Oh, dude, I used to have one of those too. Super good cards. Like that deck, the Team Plasma deck, and like the Team Plasma Arena, super good. Honestly, like pretty powerful if you can get a good set of Team Plasma cards. Low kick. Super Fang. Ow. Get out of here, Machog. Get one shot, nerd. If you take something away, I will take it back. Remember. Nah. Heal me. I was really hoping he'd heal me. I don't want to like use stuff, but I will. I will use them while I'm here. Yo, Puppy found an item. Puppy found an item. What did they find? What did they find? A full heal. Okay, that's actually pretty epic. Ba ba bum ba da ba da ba da ba 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 tra fish tra fish man da ba da ba da ba da ba da. I'm just gonna switch to Boof. Ba 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 ba. Got a test. Something really quick while I'm thinking about it. Pick up soap here. Exactly. I'm hoping, like, I can pick up a rare candy, because I'm pretty sure rare candies still work. Like, I can't confirm that because I haven't gotten one yet, but I'm pretty sure they still work. Because the mod just says I can't gain EXP. It doesn't say that I can't gain levels. Yo, nice. Quick Claw. Get wrecked. Okay, I was right. Ba, 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 da. Dude, a pile of garbage is faster than my dog. Sad times. Get smacked. I've done a Gen 3 Nuzlocke before, and having the Zigzagoon pickup was elite. Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. Oh gosh, my cursor's been there the entire time. I'm so sorry. My bad. Oh, the Rocky helmet. I just genuinely forgot. Trubbish cracked. Trubbish smacked. Da 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 da. See, I tried to do a Nuzlocke with a liquid crystal, but then it just turned out to be way harder than it needed to be because I didn't know any better. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back to the original Gen 2 games for this because this is not what I expected and it's taken too long. Da 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 da. I will take a torment because I'm just gonna load it, baby. And this is why I gave Timber the Eviolite. Get wrecked. Alright. So what? One more? We gathered all the Pokemon we stole in front of the container so we could transport them all at the same time. Then Clay, that old guy, found us. We had been captured. Yup. He said take care of one side. I am now taking care of the person in the middle. Does that count? Or am I doing extra work? That's the question. Male, female, male. Get attracted, nerd. Attract. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. No! Confuse Ray! Very OP. I wish I had more Confuse Rays. Oh, come on, dude. Really? The 1 HP smack? Really now? Really now? Bro, I'm getting it. I'm getting heroed. Why? Nice. Okay, is that everybody? Am I done now? Oh, I should have read that. I'm sorry. My brain just absolutely paused. Well, I'll be hiding in a chilly old place like this. You guys take these Pokemon robbers. Roger. Leopard was actually mentioned in my chat today, so Singing here is kind of sick. Yo, Leopard is great. By the way. You guys ain't so bad. Yup, a promise is a promise. Come on and challenge my gym. Whatever. Team Plasma's ideal. Separating people and Pokemon. It's exactly the same as not having Pokemon in this world at all. That bunch is a waste of oxygen. Anime, it's cold, so I'm getting out of here. I'm taking a Pokeball, baby. You just gonna leave free items on the ground? Don't mind if I do. I never melt ice. Nice, 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 nice. Epic. Are there any items in cold storage? That's my question. I don't think there are, but, you know, might as well have it open, right? Yeah, nah, okay. There is not. Bum, ba-da-ba-ba. Liepard is definitely a big one for me for Gen 5, for sure. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-bum. I'm gonna grab like 3, because I don't remember how many I used. Alright. One more gym for the night. Let's take him out, boys. I just gotta find the gym because I don't remember where it is. I want to talk to those NPCs and see if they have anything. Most of the Gen 5 Pokemon are good. I agree. Big agree with that. Repeat balls! Hey! Hey, hey, hey! Yo, repeat balls? Actually? Repeat balls and quick balls are... Well, quick balls mostly are super OP. But repeat balls would also be good. Driftvale Market. The market's cool, actually. Ba-da-ba-ba. Where is the gym, baby? Where is the gym? I must find the gym. That's not it. That's a schoolhouse. Build God on Route 6 is looking for legendary Pokemon. I am interested. But I need to find the gym. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-da-ba, ba-ba-da-ba-da. Oh, here we go. Clay, it's a pleasure to meet you. I am Jessus of Team Plasma. I've come to pick up my associates who are in your care. I don't need no thanks now. Your buddies were trying to steal some folks' Pokemon. What's this? It seems as if there has been some misunderstanding. We only free Pokemon from wicked people. Well, that sounds real nice if it's true. Now, I may not talk purty, but at least I'm an honest man. You talk real nice, but what you're saying kind of sounds like lying. So tell me plain, what are you trying to say? Team Plasma also has an interest in Driftvale City, and we have many more members besides those who are here. Well, I can't tell if you're lying or not, but I reckon you've won this without a fight. Fine, take him and get. A decision worthy of a businessman called the Minor King. Your grasp of the situation is outstanding. Well then, we will be taking our colleagues off your hands. Jetsus, thank you very much. Don't worry, my fellow servant of the king. We are 2 of the 7 sages, are we not? Well then, everyone, I expect that we'll meet again somewhere. Poof! Sorry to let Team Plasma go after you track them down, fellas. Say, why don't we cheer ourselves up with a Pokemon battle? Don't keep me waiting. Am I healed up? Well, we avoided a fight in the middle of the city anyway. Still, I can't help but think Justice isn't just an ordinary person. I'm off to go make my Pokemon stronger. I really don't want to lose to that clay guy. Actually, I'm going to win my gym badge in a flawless victory. Doubt that. Underground. What type? What type? What type? What type? Woo! Oh, sorry. Nice. Another fresh water. Ground type. Water type. Pipe. Ground type. I guess I don't really have any weaknesses either, so well, let's not worry about that then. Traffic cone! What up, buddy? Fight me, I guess. Okay, challenger, bring it on! Alright, can we beat this gym? Da-da-ba. Let's see what Pokemon they've got in this here mon. Palpitoad! That's a water type. That's a water type. Alright, gotta head up for now. Good luck. Thank you so much. I appreciate the good luck. You have a wonderful evening, Sugar Bear, and thanks again for the raid. Thank you. Ah, I used up roar anyway. Ow. Pursuit! Bag lemonade. I'm still like slightly salty that they nerfed lemonades in later generations. But I mean, at least they made the super potions worth more, but also I don't know, lemonades just being OP was just such a thing, you know. Drillbur. Yes. Timber time. We might need to go forward a couple. If we can go forward in the route, we might need to. Ow. Oh, no crit. All right, we're fine. What? Oh, because it's low kick. Okay. Nope, never mind. Low kick just did not do much damage because Drillbur is lightweight. I take it back. There we go. I wonder. We're gonna go heal up, of course. Da 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 bum. Ba da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba da 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 ba da da. Oh, I forgot to talk to that other NPC. Or no, I did, but I don't remember what they said. That's the repeat balls. All right, that's what it was. Ba ba da ba da da ba da ba da ba dum bum ba da ba 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 da 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 bum ba ba da ba ba bum 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 ba da 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 ba. Bum ba ba bum ba 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 da ba da bum bum ba ba bum ba 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 da ba. Something like that. Da 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 da. I can't pass the blue cones. You can't pass the cones. You can't pass the cones. Nope, Baroni. Hello, I forgot I could do that. Oh, I have to go down. Oh, okay. I'm trying to go down, not up. Silly me. There we go, Sandile. Ground and dark, which is great because fighting moves on dark. Dark typos. Anyway, fake out. And attract. OP, OP combo. Dang it. Got mud slapped. Fairy swipes. Yep. That's what I figured would happen. You keep this up, sir. You keep this up, mister. I'm gonna have to switch to my fighting type. Okay, yeah, we're slapping. We are swapping. We are swapping. That's annoying. Crunch. Nice. Wake up, slap. Crunch. You should use mud slap again. Oh well. Such is life. Nope, keep battling. Another wake up slap. Word. Not. Ow. Own claws, huh? Make yourself a little bit faster and a little bit higher of attack. Oh no, it's accuracy and attack. My bad. I thought it was also speed. I was incorrect. Metal Claw. Ow. Except you failed. Good day, sir. Where am I supposed to go with that? That's weird. Anyway, I'm gonna go heal. Because, yep. Because, yep. Why waste my healing items if I don't have to? Plus, we get the bike music for a little bit. Very short amount of time. But, you know, might as well, right? My phone has died. Excellent. Ba-da-bum bum. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. So here's the thing with putting Liepard out front. Liepard knows attract, Liepard knows fake out, but also it's holding an amulet coin. So when I win the fights, I also happen to get more Poké Dollars. Oh, I see. I'm just a goose. You gotta do this. Gotta fight this fella. Korok. Nice, nice. Korok does need to get smack-a-rolled with some fighting moves. However, we'll start with attract, as always. Actually, I was supposed to start with fake out, but it's too late. I've already started with attract. Time for fury swipes. That wasn't that much. But that's okay. It's not about that much. It's about chipping away, knocking them out. Crunch. That was a lot of damage. That is the problem with Liepard. Their defense is not the best. Yo, let's go. We got all 5 hits. Nice. Okay, I will use an item here. 100%. But first, we're going to go up. Because we need to get into that middle one. So, bag. Click. I really only have fresh water. I'll still use it. It was free. Why not, you know? It was free. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Fight. Ah, that is a female Drillbur. Oh, I was supposed to use Fake Out. Oh well. Clunk. That's a lot of damage. Well, guess we'll be going back out to heal after this. Aha, aha. Da da ba da ba da ba da ba da da da. Do 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 do. Do not crit, do not crit, do not crit, do not crit. Yo, get wrecked by the Rocky Helmet! Alright, let's go heal. Rocky Helmet, pretty good item, by the way. Oh, wait, look, I can just do this. Yoink. Fantastic. And you get the turtle wax. Bum ba da bum ba 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 da da. Do 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 do. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba bum bum ba bum bum bum. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-bum. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da, ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da, ba-da, 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 ba-da. Excuse me. All right, it's clay time. Clay time is over. Yo, it goes pretty low, man, not gonna lie. Why does it go this low? Hold up. Damn, Clay. Damn, son. Well, I think it's about time to see for myself what it is about your skills that made a gym leader like Elisa take such a shine to you. Play, what you got? Krokorok? Attract? Yeah. Definitely attract. But first, Fake Out. Bet. I'll be. Sure didn't see that one coming. I mean, it's really hard for anybody to see Fake Out. Yes! And so begins your slow demise. Except for Krokorok evading my attack and now using Bulldoze. Please miss. He did not miss. Which is actually kind of bad. Course. Get immobilized, nerd. Very oh, no, no. Get furious white. One more? Oh, no, we got a pursuit, right? One more for the road? Oh. Of course. This is fine. Nah. No, not swagger. Alright, we're gonna have to use lemonade after this one. Because if we can keep Liepard going, Liepard now just has an attack boost. Thank you, lemonades, for being OP. Crunch! If you could, like, not crunch so hard, sir. Yes! And we're snapped out of confusion. Oh, yes, we get all the benefits of swagger without any of the side effects. Let's go, dude. Dude, stop using those hyper potions. You're wasting valuable resources, my guy. Look at how much more damage that did. Oh, baby. Attract is literally the most brutal thing. This is fantastic. No, come on. Well, now we have 2 attack up. Or no, not 2, 4. Sorry. We have 4 because that's Sharkly. But of course, I'm going to hit myself in the face and almost die again. Heal. Jeebus Creebus, my guys. Ha ha! Ha-ba-da-ba-da! Oh, and snapped out of confusion again. My Liepard is unstoppable. Palpitoad, nope. Male. Yes. Aqua Ring, dude. Scammy. Very swipes. Oh, we should have used Fake Out. That's what I should have done. Dang it. I thought about it way too late. Aqua Ring restores a little bit of Palpitoad's HP. I'm still tormented, I'm sure. So we're going to go with Pursuit. Muddy Water. Dang it. Actually, that shouldn't be too horrible, right? Yeah, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. Yo, get wrecked, my guy. Excadrill. Nope. Please be faster. 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 No! All right. I'm not fast enough. I don't think I'm fast enough. Boof with the Quick Claw, please. I believe in you. Oh, and the Intimidate. Oh, please, Boof.
He used Old Claws!
All right, there is a small chance. There is a small chance that we win now. We're gonna have to use a lot of digging, and we're gonna have to have a lot of hope. And I guess he's gonna keep losing own claws. And the only reason that's incredibly bad is that attack is going up and up and up. So if he lands a hit, I'm just dead. Like, period. I'm pretty sure end of story, dead. So we just gotta spam dig and hope and pray. All right. That's not good. Ow! That's like a KO. Oh my god. That wasn't a one-hit KO? Ayo! Alright, alright. We gotta do some throwing away. Hang on. There's only one way this is gonna work properly. There's only one way this is gonna work. Yep. Yep. Expected that. Then we go to Puppy. Literally the best chance we have here right now is Pokemon Management. Please do not crit. Do not crit. Do not crit. Don't. Just don't. Let's go! Easy collapse, baby. Get wrecked. All about that Pokemon management. Let's go, guys. Heck yeah. I see, but I sure don't like it. For such a youngin', you have an imposing battle style. I know you got people who can dig up your potential. Here, take this. Take this. Take this. Take this. Sorry, random Knuckles reference. Let's go, guys. Badge number 5. Enemy received the quick badge. So this is your 5th badge, huh? If that's so, Pokemon up to level 60 will obey you. Also, I'll give you this TM. Bulldoze? Well, that was the plan, but I just remembered there's something I want. Wait in front of the cave at the end of Route 6, would you? Fine. However, that's actually going to be it for stream today. We got 2, count them 2, badges, which is dope. We are now at 5, which I believe puts us 3 away from 8. So we're doing pretty solid, I'd like to think. I think we're doing pretty good. Yeah, we are gonna heal up our Pokemon here and save, and then find a raid target, because this is getting pretty late. Gosh, everybody, thank you so much for your support today. All the follows, all the raids, all the subs. Absolutely what the hecky. If you haven't followed those people who raided, you, like, absolutely need to, because they're all homies. Like, 100%. Everybody who's raided me today, just absolute homies. And I appreciate all of them. Like, for realsies. Thank you so much, everybody. Big heckin' appreciates. But yes, as mentioned, as said, that will be the end of stream tonight. Let's see, who are we gonna raid? I have a fantastic idea of who I think I want to raid. But I'm gonna double check first. I'm gonna make sure they're actually still going. Because you never know.